You're live.
Good?
Let's
yeah.
freaking go. Wait, let me make sure. So PC mic is me.
Yes.
Bed mic is you.
Yes. And then
I want a picture of me.
Mike is downstairs.
Mike's mic.
And then
It's a
Elliot
YouTuber I
Mike
like
is
much.
downstairs as well.
How do I get this? A freaking. I'm a technology genius. Beep, boop, beep, boop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, how do I do this?
Well, I'm
Show
sure
me. Show video of me.
you probably should have asked Elliot for that before you left.
That's fine. I don't need it.
So, we're doing a solo stream this night, so to speak.
This night.
This night, upon this very night.
Sometimes I will have to mute this mic because I will be farting.
I think that just makes it genuine.
I wish I could do like where could I... It's okay, I don't need it.
So, Thursday will be for those tuning in, Thursday is kind of gonna be our solo night because that's the day, well, let's just say Mallory only wanted to be on call for 1 day a week. And so even though she is actually sitting here, at least from this position, she can sit on her phone and eat a tube of M&Ms, so.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna turn on the Elliot. Oh. I was gonna turn on the Elliot cam, so I'm not used to turning my mic on and off. I was gonna turn on the Elliot cam, but I don't know how.
So we have to
I
wait
don't know
for
what I'm doing.
we have to wait for the Elliot to show back up before we know how to do that.
No, it's fine. I don't need it that much.
But we're missing all your expressiveness. I just have to describe it with my very lackluster voice.
It's fine. I'll just text him out. You're probably gonna be able to hear me on Evie's mic anyways because I'm so freaking loud all the time. But I've got Elliot's like quiet boy mic over here, like a little fancy one.
Quiet
But I'm
boy.
also over here because you see, it's already going into the red just for me talking in my normal voice. Because Elliot is Mr. like, hey guys, it's me, Elliot.
Well, you
I'm talking low.
you can turn it down. The controls on the bottom, same as this one.
I don't want to. But anyways, Evie, I'm gonna mute myself so I can rip a fat one. And why don't you tell them about the game you're playing?
Okay, I feel concerned for that a little bit. But anyway, so what we're planning on doing is we'll do more of our like 2-player games, and maybe our more like flashier games on Tuesday, which will be where Malin will be here and we'll just provide our awesome personalities. And Thursday will be probably more of the like maybe slower paced games, I guess more strategic games. It's mostly going to be me, so I have to play something that I can be like attentive to. So this is also where I might plan to play like some Pokemon Nuzlocke at some point in the future. I would love to play more of those. But yeah, we're going to do my
Me popping back in again because I can't keep my... Evie's like, you'll never talk. Yes, I will. I love to talk. It's like when we played our Emerald Nuzlocke, and Evie was like, I love this game, and I would fall asleep like almost every single time. That's what Thursdays are for.
So yeah, we're going to be doing, that's what... Malin will be here to comment and probably make fun of me. And then I'll play this. So, we're playing My Magic Clash Heroes, the Definitive Edition.
Push the full face cam. See. Wait 1 second. No, you keep on.
Oh, you said wait 1 second, then
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
I said I waited.
Switch to full face cam. See.
So, did you scroll down?
Yeah, Evie, you are a gamer.
So, anyway, so this game is interesting because this is, I think, one that both me and Malin have a lot of history with. There's not a lot of games, especially of the DS era, that me and Malin played that were the same. Because our entries into video gaming were very different. Like, Malin's, like, premier game was Kirby Squeak Squad on the DS, which is still a great game. But this is, like, one game that it was, like... It's a kind of a strategy game. I don't know anything else about the Might and Magic series, but this is like a game that we both played in the DS. And I think you actually completed this one, didn't you?
Is the TV a little loud?
Maybe. Does it sound loud to you?
I'm back here, so it's hard to tell.
I can't really tell, but if you want to turn it down, you can. I don't mind the sound being quieter. Anyway, so this is a game that we both played on the DS. I've definitely played through this game at least 4 times on the DS. I really love the graphics, the little pixel art style.
Volume button.
I can't.
Right?
I think it's the one next to the power button. So like, go like 2 over from the power button. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah. No. There you go. That's fine. That's fine. And so.
Back here.
So this is like it's a game that I've played through at least like 4 different times. Malin, I think, actually has played through this twice. which is a lot for her because Melanie doesn't replay games as often as I do. So this one's the definitive edition. So I'm curious. So even though I played this game so many times, I'm curious to see what changes they made. Already looking at this, I can clearly tell there's a change in the art style, which I'm both like and dislike at the same time. Because there's like, all these are the 5 characters we're going to play as, and 2 of them I'm like, okay, this looks cool, and 2 of them I'm just like, what did they do to your faces? So, feel free to chime in at any time. So we're going to do campaign mode and work through it. The first part of the game...
Ashan is a world of legendary peoples.
Oh, they got voice acting this time.
The elves guard the forests of Irulan.
They did not have voice acting in the original.
Knights rule the Griffin Empire.
That's cool.
Wizards survey the deserts of the Silver City.
The wizards suck.
And necromancers control the wastelands of Haresh. But there is another parallel world. It is Sheag, the prison world of the demons.
You know what's awesome about this is that I didn't know how any of these places were pronounced because there's no voice acting before. I'm like, oh, that's how you say it.
I love when they do it from Pokemon and you're like, oh, it's been Gengar this whole time? I think I've been saying Jengar and everyone thinks I'm a moron. Like, shout out to me.
A powerful artifact.
Oh, we're gonna try not to talk over the stuff too much, but also I've played this game 4 times. So
I promise nothing. I love to talk. But I am trying to
this
figure
is
out...
important lore of
I
the
know,
game.
but I'm trying to figure out how to get my face on here because you know what's more important than you? Me. So we gotta get me in here.
See, they say they have this blade that can bind demons to its will, but it came under the control of the demon lord. How would that cause them to be any more effective? You know? They were already demons. I see that only being dangerous if someone else took it.
Human and wizardly descent swore to guard it.
So it says elven, human, and wizardly descent. Does that mean wizards are their own race?
Yeah, probably.
That's weird. Okay, sorry for talking over that. I just played this game so many times that, like, doing it. But, again, voice acting, that's interesting, because now, like, apparently there's... I don't know if they'll have voice acting for the other characters or not, but... it's cool that that's a cutscene now. Before, that was just pictures. I mean, they were well-animated pictures, and again, I'm not sure how I feel about the art style change, but... Yeah, it looks cool so far. World map looks interesting. Oh, it highlights the place you're in. That's cool. Okay, so only has voice acting for being one. Man, look, they got full models now. Like, remember when they were like little tiny pixel?
Yeah.
Chibi pixel things? I don't know if I like how Anwen's designs changed, though. It's remind me too much of Fire Emblem Heroes.
I don't recognize her at all.
Yeah, well, her face looked not so... I don't know if I want to say young or just generally rounded.
Legend of Zelda.
Yes, there we go. Okay, so are we? Do we have to read these or not? What's your opinion?
I think so. I don't think she has a voice. Okay. She says, "I hear them, Father. Heavy boots. It must be our guest from the Griffin Empire." Shout out to the Griffin.
The Griffin Empire. Okay, he looks better. In the original one,
it's me, your dad, the guy from Lord of the Rings.
He does look like he's from Lord of the Rings. Because
what's this originally called? Might and Magic?
Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. So Might and Magic is a franchise from what I understand.
No, I'm just trying to look up her original image. Yeah, in her original image, she looks much more like she's gonna kill you. The difference here is
she looks like a Barbie doll here.
Yeah, her eyes are too big.
Okay, so you say something for me. I got a message
Magic
someone.
Clash of Heroes on the Nintendo DS. I'd show you, but I don't know how to get this freaking camera on. So I guess you'll just never know.
Shouldn't you come right over here?
Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, I can't. Oh, there's a TV actress. Like, do you see like how she's got smaller eyes?
It's the smaller eyes.
This one was my favorite. She's the undead one.
Yeah.
My girl.
It's I'm betting this is gonna be. I'm betting you that all the girls are gonna look way more like Barbies, and all the guys are gonna look more like hot.
Boo, boo, hit, slang.
Which I'm okay for the guys, but because then at least that makes them like, especially if you're an elf, you're supposed to be attractive from the offset, but like her eyes are too big. That bothers me. Anyway.
Well, I guess it's the change between Princess Warrior and Princess. So I'm assuming they're princess. What I don't like is how curved their ears are. Hey, man. I got dagger ears.
Because they're elves.
Yeah, you got pointy ears. Not very. What's this? This looks like a banana. They got banana ears.
Okay, we're not gonna get anywhere in the game if we don't keep going. Do you want me?
That's your opinion. You have to voice all the guys, and I voice all the girls.
Okay. Your ears have grown sharper than mine, Anwin. At least sure that's how you... Anwin or Onwin? What do you think?
I actually can't see because I look at my phone too close to my face, so I can't read something 2 feet from me.
Oh,
So
look at the little dudes.
This is so Pokemon Ranger.
Wow, look at them. They actually have little animations now.
That's what I'm saying. This is Pokemon Ranger Guardian signs. Like
we'll have to see if we can pull up,
Rangers.
like, so let me put this in, oh my gosh, you can tell who's who now. Okay, so let me put this into perspective. When we originally played this game, these were little chibi, like, tiny little dudes.
The best way to clarify is these were just on the DS. It was on the DS.
They look like they could have been on the Game Boy, though. That's probably the better way to clarify.
Yeah.
So we have 3 siblings here, and we're going to say that in a minute. But you could not tell the difference between it. The best way you could tell was that one of them had a cape. But you couldn't tell that one was a guy and one was a girl. I mean, the little brother is hard to tell guy or girl, but, you know. Also, look at their positions now. You can tell that, like, you know, the one on the left is clearly being an edgelord right now, because he's got the whole crossed, like, arms thing.
Is the one on the right the one that becomes the undead one?
Yes.
Let's go.
But, like,
have they always been siblings?
Yes.
What?
Yes. They just got separated.
Really? She dies?
Yes.
That's kind of dope. Honestly.
Spoilers, but you're gonna find out in like 5 minutes.
If you look at the case, it makes sense because you see, hey, who's this undead one right in the
it's
center?
literally
Who looks exactly like this one right now.
Yeah. Well, also you just like, but I'm just gonna stop because this is also kind of reviewing and being this is the definitive edition, so I want to see how things change. But
I'm gonna go to the bathroom when you do that.
But like, man, look at like how much the like. This is hard to do it with. I wish we had a side-by-side comparison right now, but like, man, the art.
Use this video footage for. Oh man, I have to like climb around for that. For you can use this video for like a retrospective.
I would love to do that, but man, the artwork. I can't say I like it more yet because to be fair, I really like the sprite work in the original game because I have played it that many times. But man, just look at like the artwork on these little dudes right now. The fact you can tell what they look like, because when I played this game originally, you saw the little chibis, and it wasn't, unless the character spoke, you had no idea what they actually looked like. They just all look the same. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read that guy's line. Okay, I'm gonna say Lasir. The pleasure is mine. Unlike me, your force grows more beautiful with age. This guy looks totally different, too. Honestly, the shadows around his eyes are way more intense than I remember them being originally. Like, this guy... No offense, he looks much older in the original one. He now looks a lot younger than I thought he was. To be fair, he should be a lot older for the fact of like all his kids are like 18 at this point. He should look older than he is. And this can't be Lil Anwin. What have you been feeding her? I'm the hunter in the family now, Lord Edric. I feed him. And we're not going to have a lot of voice differentiation until Madeline gets back because I, as my D&D players know, have about 3 voices. So, gosh, her eyes, they're too big. She just looks like a Barbie doll. It bothers the heck out of me. This strapping young knight must be your son, Godric. So, funny thing about Godric and Anwin were some of my favorite characters in this game originally. I actually, when I was originally playing through Pokemon, named like a lot of my... Oh, he looks different. He looks a... I'll mention his design in a minute. So, I actually was debating on if, I had a Floatzel, I remember, who I named them after him. I had a pair of Floatzels from Pokemon Platinum, I think. And that was Anwin and Godric, because I really like those two. They were my favorite play styles out of... I also really like the ones that came later, but theirs is just the easier ones. So, I'm going to speak on Godric's thing here. Funny thing, in his original one, he doesn't have that cape. He does. At least I don't think it's like looks like that originally. But he looks again a lot younger than he does in the original game. And for the longest time, I didn't realize there's supposed to be like a sort of like unicorn design in his outfit. It's so weird looking at this new art style. I really don't know what to think about it yet. Like the elves look okay, but like man, some of the other human characters just strange. But anyway, I'm pleased to meet our elven allies. Let me present my siblings Fiona and Aiden. So Fiona, oh my gosh, she looks so weird. It's the bigger eyes and the heavier shadows. Maybe again, it might also be the smoothness because last time, like Madeline said, when we played this on Nintendo DS, it was on the DS, so it was pixelated. Not in a bad way. It was good pixel art, but like seeing all smooth lines and stuff like that, it's kind of weird now. She's probably gonna look awesome when she's undead. Ireland, I think she said. Definitely not like Ireland. Very funny. Magic and mysteries seem to peer from behind every tree. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, he looks so much worse than the other one. Big trees, big bugs, big mud puddles, big hassle. So his hair is distinctively different than it is in the other game. So when it in the other game, it doesn't have all these like spikes. It's kind of just like a longer like what do they call that style? When you have just like the long straight hair and it ends at the shoulder. Madeline would know what that's called, but like he looks so much moodier now, and he is, granted, of the three of these, is the moody sibling, like the the younger brother. But man, his hair looks weird. It's gonna take me a while to adjust to this. Anrid take Godric to the portal and greet our friends Delara, Azrafir, and their daughter Nadia. So we're gonna go and do that. And nothing bad will happen to you guys while we leave. So another funny thing about this game, if I remember correctly, these guys are still pointing their spears. So if I remember correctly, this game did get a remade port of some sort on the PC. I've never played it, and I believe that one had updated sprites. But like, okay, let's see what we got here. An uneasy wind passes through Ireland this night. That ranger guy looks cool. You don't sound so dreary, elf. See, that elf guy looks fine. He looks cool. Why do the main characters look weird? Maybe it's just me. I've played through this game so many times, I guess any sort of difference is gonna look weird. Follow this path and you will arrive at the portal, Anowin. You cannot miss it. Thanks. There's not really anywhere else to go. Let me guess. You're gonna give me my first units. Hail, Anwin. The hunters await your command. So we get hunters. Yay. Do not fear, elf girl. We knights shall protect you if the forest monsters come calling. Okay. Where's my... Nope, that's not it. Okay, I can't access my menu yet. That's fine. This is just... on one hand, I do like the graphical update. On the other hand, I feel like a little jarred by it. Greetings, Lady Delara. Welcome to Ireland. Okay, Delara is the only one so far that looks pretty much just like her original. Her eyes are still the same shape. She still has the same general outfit going on. She still looks like a stern woman, which is what she is. So, her transition into the new art style is fine. She looks fine. She looks pretty much the same way she did before. The rest of them are just like, I don't know, eyes and face shape is weird. This might deserve like a retrospective video of some sort later. I'm just trying to like grapple with how different this looks right now. And when so full of light, your father claims you can track a breeze and put an arrow through a bird's eye. And young Godric, son of Edric, you have your father's strength and your mother's intensity. I don't know if we ever actually meet his mother in this game or not. She's mentioned, I don't think we actually ever meet her though. May I present my daughter Nadia? Okay, so she's mostly the same. I'm gonna have to see if Madeline can look us up some images. So the issue I have with her right now is, again, there's like this heavy shading on the upper lips of them that looks kind of weird. And she, like, her portrait was always one that was like the 3/4 to the side, but not all the way to the side. Now she's kind of facing all the way to the side and looks weird. So this is Ireland. The texts and paintings I've studied do not do it justice. Lady Delara, we thought your husband Azrafir was coming. Yes, mother. Why did father not join us? Please lead the way to the delegation. All will be explained there. Wait, something is wrong. A disturbance. Yay! Enemies! Demons in the forest of Ireland. See. Again, the odd thing about playing this game right now is that some of these things I know this game like front and back. Sometimes I just go to beat it just for a good like mindless fun because I love the combat. But it's so weird seeing like things are just different enough. See, like in this picture, Godric looks more like I remember him in like his original artwork. But like the other poses, he just looks like off slightly, and it's gonna take me a while to adjust to this. No, after I use them for target practice. I don't know if I said his line or not. It's fine. If you're watching this at home, I hope you're reading it. Okay, well the demons look cooler than they did before. They definitely didn't have the skull faces to begin with. Let's see if they did anything to change the combat, because that was the thing I always loved the most about this, was the unique combat of this. Okay, we're gonna skip, because I pretty much know how to play this game already. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep, we're in the tutorial stage, which means I'm gonna have to get through this, even though I could get through this way faster if I wanted to. The demons look way more intimidating than they did in the original game. I mean, the skull faces definitely add a lot more. The demons look better in this game. They got skull faces now. Yeah, you're welcome to do that. You can lay at my feet like the dogs do. But, don't kill yourself over there. So we're in the tutorial stage, which means I'm just essentially skipping through all the stuff I already know, because I already played this game. Like, I honestly have most of this game memorized at this point. So going through this is kind of, like, yay!
How cozy would it be if I came over there and went to sleep?
It'd be very cozy. I think it'd be the most cozy it could possibly be in the fact that you actually are sleeping. So, so far I've been talking about the fact that there's this weird uncanny valley feeling of like the characters just look like the same, yet notably different. You'll have to see some of the other ones when we get to them in a minute.
Yeah.
But like, only one of them, which is like the Nadia's mom, looks like, okay, she looks the same from the original game, but the rest of them are just like, your face is too round, your eyes are too big. They changed like Aiden, the younger brother, like the demon brother's hair, so that's more spiky instead of like the laying down flat style he had before. And I'm like, that looks weird. That looks strange, you know? It's the little things. I smell smoke. Quick, the camp is under attack. Are you gonna read any of these?
Not at the moment, no. I'm responding to Discord messages.
Are they our Discord messages?
No, it's the one Danny sent earlier about the Phandalin and stuff for scheduling. So I was just looking to be like, what's my schedule?
Music's still pretty good. I remember music's still pretty much the same as it was before. Jeez. See, if I was doing this, I would put the wall here, because then I could save an extra move. But they're going to show me how to do the wall the old-fashioned way.
How do you do a wall the old-fashioned way?
Like that.
You put 3 people together?
Yep, but you can also, like, again, the thing I love most about this is the ways that you can, like, you know... So yeah, Sylvan Walls, which is the elves, can go and restore health every turn. So, that's, you know, the...
Sorry, oh, never mind, that's my bank account. Woo! If it tells you how small my bank, I was like, oh no! I thought one of my bills was a bill, but it turns out that's how much money I have, not how much money I owe. But that's telling you how little money I have.
So what's your opinion on the newer graphics, Melon? Because you played this game before. What do you think?
I'd have to come look at the TV. It is a bit hard to see on the computer because you know it's only like the preview screen. I would say it's kind of almost like probably how people feel about Ace Attorney in the way that it's...
That's probably a good
Sorry,
comparison.
I'm also like hella close to this mic. I feel like it's the way that I feel when I... Like when people feel with Ace Attorney when they see it, it's the...
It's very smooth.
Yeah, it's like smooth and it's like almost uncanny valley in the way that you're like, okay, so this is smooth, but I'm used to it being pixels. But it's also not, like, round 3D.
I'm also finding it weird how, like, the turns that you have left is on my arrow. Normally, the turns would be next to where the person box is, down in the bottom corner that shows my units I have left. So I'm also kind of getting used to, like, the different layout. Also, they have this weirdest line at the back, and I'm like, you kind of just understood before that, you know, that if they got past that, you... And I'm done already, because I'm just way too good at this game. But, like, so, this is obviously the easy point of the game. The Elven, like, campaign we might be able to get through most of tonight, honestly, because it's very easy. And people died. Look at that. This is the guy right there who said he was going to protect me from monsters, and he didn't. And he's dead on the ground now.
No.
Hopefully he didn't have a wife and kids to return to.
Homie's
Okay,
dead?
so look at the imps now have like
It's so far away. You have to zoom in so far with my
the,
eyeballs.
so the red ones are the imps, and they now have like brains like showing. That's I don't know how I feel about that.
It's kind of icky, honestly.
I mean, it makes sense, but like they didn't look like. Let me just put it like normally they look like little bat creatures, and now they've just made the wings so much smaller, and now they have protruding brain stuff going
You
on.
really should just look at it as a sequel of the game, like a
It's
instead of
just
the same game.
This is just so weird because again, I know this game really, really, really well. So what a strange experience this is for me right now. I'm gonna just wreck this guy so much right now. Yeah, see, normally when those guys like the imps would charge up, they would like, you know, they would have like lolling tongues and like these little bat wings that would be flapping. Now they just look like weird little Cthulhu monsters. This is good. This is yeah. See, and he's already dead. Woohoo! I'm so good. Or I'm gonna like just speed running this tutorial right now. So let's go, because again, no one's gonna be dead when we arrive.
Savagely, the attackers.
Oh, we got
camp
voice
to
acting
the
again.
torch. Sparing no one, not even the children.
Oh well, there goes Godric's sister. She dead.
Oh, she died so fast.
Terrified
There's his
by
brother.
the
See,
sister's
he has
fate,
longer hair in this
Aiden
one.
grabs a nearby weapon.
That's the guy who's with me. And that's their
and
parents.
crawls away from the fallen heroes who tried in vain to save
That's their fathers, so now they both be orphans.
Oh, I thought that was their mom and dad.
No, so the one was Anwin's father, the other one's Godric's father. Godric's the guy with the little cape at the bottom.
Okay.
So I would have come alone if I had known they have children as guards. See, so again, my problem with this is that they clearly updated like the new artwork in like the sprite models, but they didn't update the artwork that's in the like cutscenes. Because in that one, Aiden has like the longer hair that's like more sleek, and then this one it's like more like jagged like that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like foreshadowing what happens to him later, but like it's weird.
Yeah.
Also, it's way more red than it should be. They have brown hair. Both him and Godric
Oh,
have
really?
like more red hair in this game.
I thought they had red hair.
They have a lot more brownish hair in
It's
the
been a
game.
very, very long time since I played that game.
And gone. They're all gone. Father.
Papa!
You're doing good, like.
Papa, man!
Can you give me a good.
Daddy!
Good-
My papa has died. Oh no, papa.
She looks like she just got slapped across the face.
He did, he smacked her.
That's Godric.
Oh, wait, no, this cannot be. That's what that face is giving me. No, oh man, Dad. How could you
But
die
anyway,
like that?
both his and Aiden's hair looks so much more red in this
Does he
coloration.
have a little ponytail or is his hair just short?
It's just short.
Oh, man.
Fiona, you're wounded. Come, children, we must... She's the only one that looks the same in any of this. We must hurry to the portal, open way to the Silver Cities. That guy has,
Why
like...
is there two of them? Oh, that must be your sister.
That-
I need a little
that's her
stuffy.
daughter.
Are there any stuffies around
There's got the Freddy Fazbear behind you.
here? A Freddy Fazbear. Let's freaking go. That's what Jimmy.
So,
and my little
Delara's
kid
the
always
only one
have.
who looks the same in between the art style change. Everyone else's either has, like...
Delara.
Yes, that's...
Delulu.
That's
Am I
her right there.
ladies?
But, like, everyone else, their faces either look too round or too squared or their eyes are too big.
Me, but I only talk as Freddy Fazbear.
But the camp, our parents, who we just saw the dead bodies of.
Hey man, your parents are dead, and your camp is burned.
They are gone, and the secret relic we are sworn to hide has disappeared. It hasn't really, but this is kind of a plot contrivance. We must warn others of the threat unleashed this day. Run, I like to work up an appetite before dinner. So this guy originally looked way more like...
Scary.
No, he looks more scary here. But in the original one, he looked more like a, you know, like
With the Freddy Fazbear, I can't see the screen at all.
he looked more like a Pete villain, like, you know, from like Mickey Mouse, like Pete.
LOL, he looked like Pete the dog.
So he was a little
Is
more
he a dog? Pete the dog?
I think he is. So he was a more like ridiculous villain, and that's what his sprite is showing you right now. He looked more like his sprite does, but like they updated the art style so all the demons do look more intimidating, which is cool.
I moved to see the TV, and now the angle I'm at, I can only watch the monitor over there, so I still can't see it very well.
Just turn your head.
No,
Go through the portal now. I will hold back this beast.
Did she die?
Yes.
What?
Mother.
That's her mom. I thought that was her sister. Me and my mom be
See,
like.
the way they draw her upper lip looks so weird to me. Stay behind with Delara, and I'll stay behind with Delara and buy you time to escape. He does not die.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get comfortable.
See, she's.
Though Delara's brave stand delays the enemy, it proves futile.
She's got magic coming out of her eyes.
And as she falls, a magical light escapes from her body and overwhelms Nadia.
She possesses her daughter.
In a way,
Okay, when is Elf Girl gonna wear pants?
never.
She's dead.
Can you do a good scream for this?
Ah.
What was that?
Me screaming.
No, it's the lion. That's what you said. What was that?
Oh, I thought you were insulting me.
No, I was reading the line.
Okay, sorry.
Nadia, the portal's fading. Go through.
Girl,
So the other two jump through, and she just gets up off the ground and goes through. So I'm like, why'd you bother collapsing? Never mind, she is collapsing.
She
Fiona
collapsed
ate-
it through.
Fall through the weakening portal.
Okay, she's speaking
Can
again.
they choose what lines of voice?
Wounded
was that?
and terrified, they hope to arrive safely.
See, like, they both look different in this picture. Ada and Fiona look different than they do in their actual sprites.
Fiona's gonna land on her head and die instantly. That's
Yes.
how she really?
Yes!
No, really? She lands on her head and that's how she dies?
It's
That's actually so funny.
more or less.
For
The
once,
point-
physics matter in a video game. Their brother lands fine and he
to
only
be
breaks
fair,
an arm, but
she
she
was-
lands on her neck and dies instantly.
To be fair,
That's so funny.
she was on death's door anyway because she was shot in the back.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
So she was dying in transit. That just kind of sealed the deal.
Anyways, Anwin looks like a Skylander.
Yeah, she does.
She's a Skylander. She's
The
stealth
portal's
elf.
gone, and Delara and Godric. Oh no, I hope that the others made it to the Silver Cities.
Girl, why don't you run through it?
Because this is where she lives. This is home.
Okay, and
Now she has to go warn everyone else, hey, there's demons.
use the mail.
They're elves,
Right
they have to
over there.
send it on an arrow.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
I must warn my cousin Findan, I guess.
Come on, Findon.
Father, I will not forget what happened here tonight. So I guess did the other, like, yeah.
The demons finish their bloody work. As Anwen crouches in hiding, containing her rage, waiting with a hunter's patience until the odds turn in her favor.
They have voicing, but the voice is so quiet and the music is so loud.
Yeah, it's so much
I
quieter
like
compared
can't
to the
hear her at
Sent
all.
the demons to attack the camp. Someone powerful, someone who knew them. Someone who does not
Sauron.
yet have what he wants.
Gargamon. What's this guy's name?
Blood Crown.
Blood Crown?
Yes.
That's his emo edgelord name?
It is.
Hi, it's me, Blood Crown.
Why
Oh,
don't
what the
these
heck?
these should have voicing too? Scattered across Ashen, orphan and alone, their journey begins.
Every protagonist is orphaned, otherwise you're not a protagonist. That's why I
Exactly.
don't want to be a protagonist. I want to be a comedy relief side character that doesn't have to go through a character arc. No trauma for me,
But the
thanks.
Kiwami release side character usually dies in order to spur them forward.
They usually die! That's why I said, I want to be the token character. Ones that they can't touch because people will be mad about
So
representation.
this is interesting that they show that there's like all these different ones here, yet we can only be at Amon right now. So I'm like, I don't know if they're going to give the option to switch between them at some point, but I'm like, they also go in like chronological order, like things happen in each one right after the other. So like, I don't know what the point for this map is, but yeah, we're going in.
Bofa.
Anwin has been running through the night, fleeing the horrors of the doomed camp.
Can you hear my nice heavy breathing on the mic?
Yeah, it's very
My
pleasant.
nice congestion. I
Running
feel
all
ill.
night, and she's still going because elves have just that immense stamina.
Horf.
My cousin,
That's the running
my
noises I
cousin
make.
Findan. I never realized until saying it out loud. That's just such a dumb name.
I was gonna say that name sounds stupid and definitely not real.
I thought it was Ferdinand for some reason. Like, I don't know why in my memory I always remember it that way. Maybe it's because, again, like, you read a word so many times, you just remember it wrong. At the Hunter's Lodge, just ahead. You've received a quest. Yay. Map menu with X. Oh, they changed the menu too. I don't like that. See, originally there was a drop-down menu. Oh, who? Trixie. A pixie. Stay close to me, Pixie. I like how she says her name is Trixie, but we call her Pixie. Just like you're just a random nameless person. Where are you, my little flying snack? You'll end my stomach's grumbling.
Me.
Also, this guy, again, I like the fact they made... The demons are so much more muscular than they were before. They have skulls for faces now. Like, they're like, we're gonna make these guys so much more intense. I have to go through this demon to get to the Hunter's Lodge. Silana? What do you think?
Sylvian.
Sure. Guide my arrows. I don't know who that is, but that person.
Obviously her god if she's saying guide my arrows.
I don't know.
I'm
There's a whole...
playing Neopets in
there's a
real
whole-
time. Who
there's
wants to play with Neopets with me?
There's a
Neopets
whole-
stream.
There's a whole mythology to this world because, again, this is a spin-off of another series. Okay, how do I... Gosh, this menu is so weird. Okay, what color do we want pixies to be this time? We'll leave them as green. Now we're gonna fight a dude. I like how you just see a cloud of dust and a bunch of swords, even though none of the people I'm using have swords, nor do any of the people who are fighting me have swords. Oh, they have a flee option now. Originally, when you got into battle, you were just like, okay, hope you can take this on or
I
you're
don't know why
screwed.
when you said flea, I thought you meant like flea as in like the bug. I was like, dang, that's
No,
crazy.
not-
Unleash the fleas!
Unleash the fleas.
It's like your final attack.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this level.
No,
What
I'm
do you-
just...
Walk us
I will
through
s- I
step by
will
step,
say,
'cause
when
I'm
we're-
not looking, so you do have to talk to me
As
through it.
long as we're talking about fleas, the pixies, like, wings flutter so much more. It's very bug-like, and again, that is bothering me. Let's just turn this into 1,000 different things about this game that bother me because they are different from the original.
Well, it is an honest review.
Also, these should be linked right now. I'm having units that are on the same count. They should be linked right now. Why are they not linked right now?
Maybe you haven't unlocked linking.
I know, but it makes your units more powerful. Let me have access to all the features. I'm gonna kill this guy in a singular turn. Look how many people I have charged right now. He's gonna just die. Only 2 of these need to hit to kill him. Wow, he actually blocked all those. I'm impressed.
Well, you are also very weak as well.
Well, it's also the ones he has, the Horned Demons, are the strongest of the demon units, so that doesn't surprise me terribly much. We will shoot him again.
I just remember not being the best at this game. I played it and I remember dying all the time. Cause I must have been very young when I played this game.
Well, even then recently when I
Like younger than 15, very young.
So recently I played through this game, like recently, like in the last year, I played through this game again on the DS version. It was on my tablet, and it was mainly my way of dealing my immense anxiety about going overseas and having to do jury duty, although then I got sick afterwards, so that never happened. So anxiety is the best. But I use this game to kind of manage that because it has a very, like, you know, good gameplay. Now I can do links? No, I don't need that. But it has a very, like, fun gameplay loop. No, I can't go there yet. So not my cousin over there. He looks like a scrub.
What in the Legend of Zelda's going on over here?
Findan, our camp was attacked and
Findan!
ambushed by demons. My father.
He's like, dang, that's crazy.
Oh, he has a ponytail now. I don't
Okay,
think he had
Findan's
that
hot.
originally.
I'll take that.
He definitely looked much less first of all, less muscular in the
Yeah,
original one.
Yeah, it's like, just kidding.
And he-
Everyone in this game so far has not been hot because the art style
Demons,
comes off.
slow down.
For some reason about this, the art style is giving me like off-brand RPG, not like a mainline.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this art style. It's not gelling with me right now.
It just looks
Slow down, Anne. What
Oh.
happened to your father? He's dead, along with Lord Edric and his brave son Godric. What did they come for? Why
Smiles.
were they there?
girl. Hey, why are you
Okay.
smiling?
We all knew that they were doing this whole secret meeting of hiding the sacred demon artifact, so we know why they came, most likely, considering demons attacked us.
Is Godric evil?
No.
He's a traitor.
Also, can we look at the
POV
tiny...
me
Can we
spoils
look
game.
at... So let's look at these little, like, sprite things. Can we look at the tiny pixelation around, like, the one elf dude's hat? Like, the little green hat. He has, like, tiny pixelation around his hat, and it's bugging the heck out of me. By the trees, demons sneaking through our woods unnoticed. I didn't know, Anwin. They attacked us, Findan. They were many, and they were well prepared. Your thoughts are scattered by your pain, Anwin. Now you just like... Sorry, the shading on the upper lips of these characters just makes them look all like supermodels to me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
shout out to Kim Possible.
Yeah, it does look like Kim Possible. It's just bugging me so much.
You know who this reminds me of? Claude from Three Houses. Because when he's younger, he's very hot, and he's you're like, okay, you can see, like, his thing is being mixed. So you're like, okay, I can never see where he's, like, mixed race. And then when he gets older, they're like, no more lips, he's now white. And they give him, like, one tiny highlight on, like, his skin color face. And he's like, that's his lip! That's his
On
lip.
his skin-colored face.
Yeah, I was like, that didn't make sense in context. But, like, you know, they made, like, his lips, like, a different color when he was younger, and then when he grew up, he just became much whiter, I guess, when he grew up. He lost all of his, like...
He grew out of his multiracialness.
Yeah, it's like he grew out of his other ethnicity, and we were like, okay, word, I guess. And
This
they
is
took away his lips! The ultimate offense. He's got no lips. He's only got a little highlight.
To be honest,
I still married him, though.
all I'm picturing right now is his really ugly brother from Three Hopes.
That game is not canon. Legally, it's not canon,
actually
and also in
leg-
my heart, it's not
Legally,
canon.
it's not canon, and it also offended us on a personal level.
Yeah, that game sucks.
Uh,
It made Claude, the one character I'm most in love with in the entire world, it made me hate him. And I was like, that's hard,
Yeah.
because that's one guy, if he
If-
existed in real life, I would marry him. That's not even a simp. That's a...
he's a very
love
cool
you,
guy.
dog.
Those seriously, if I ever do a Fire Emblem retrospective, that would be the only way I play Three Hopes. Because obviously, just watching Malian play it made me so angry.
The gameplay is great.
Anyway.
Everything else sucks.
Let's keep talking to our cousins so we can get to fighting people. I know I
I
said
don't know why I thought you said let's keep talking to our
Findan.
cousins. I was like, our cousins.
there has to be can't be Findan. That's the stupidest name ever.
Findon?
There has to be a different way to say that. You yourself have called these the keenest eyes in Ireland. Everyone just loves praising this girl. Like, it's amazing she's not spoiled. Ranger, search the north and
typed in
south
Findan,
trails.
and the first thing that came up was fondant, so...
Search the north and south trails, see what you can find. See, that guy looks way more hot. He's just a random
Hey, this
NPC.
is hot guy.
He's just a random elf NPC.
Yeah, the lack of detail actually makes him more hot.
I mean, he has the name Maythorn. Originally, they didn't even...
Hey, Maythorn's a cool name.
Well, the funny thing is that these guys did not have names in the original one. They were just called Pixie, Elf, Hunter. So, he's going off to die, just letting you know. Rest now, Anne, when you're
Oh,
exhausted.
word.
Because he's gonna be like, hey, she said there were demons, and now there's, like, a flaming sword sticking from my chest, so yeah, she's right.
Findin.
Findin?
Findin!
That's not
Come
much better.
finding us. Hey, I thought they were dead.
I think they're about to.
Are these their reanimated corpses?
No, this is them dying.
Oh, she has a dream. Good dream.
Yeah, great dream.
Really worth a loading screen.
Father. And when you were talking in your sleep, tossing and turning.
Oh, I just witnessed a very severely traumatizing event. And
Yep.
my little booty shorts are uncomfortable to sleep in. She's got booty shorts,
She
yeah?
does, I agree. Also,
the booty
what is
shorts
with her,
on?
like, you know, like, armor? That's not protecting anything. Your neck is wide open.
And the grass.
Never mind. What? Girls, why can they have actual breastplates? We're still just as easily to damage in the upper, like, area.
Actually, easier. My boobs. Aim for them.
You've had some time to get over your shock. Now tell me what really happened
You've had one night.
at the camp. I like he's just gaslighting her about this.
He's evil, probably. I don't know.
We were attacked by demons. How'd you say it?
What?
His name?
Findin.
Findin? We're finding things.
We're finding things. Come on,
I
find
don't
them.
know. That's any better.
Come on,
I
find
don't change my words with each passing breeze. Nonsense. I like how they're just yelling at each other now.
Dang, they hate each
That's
other.
how you can tell they're related. They're just yelling at each other. Nonsense, and when these woods haven't seen demons in over a century. Also, they literally were burning an entire camp. No one saw the smoke from anywhere. These are literally people that live like in tune with nature, and they didn't realize there were a bunch of trees screaming. And the relic your father guarded is why. Do you realize its power? No one does, apparently, because we don't even know what it is. Those who hold the artifact wield power over demons. Lord Edric wanted it for himself. Thanks. Again, that guy's dead. No, that's not true. Wilted leaves won't. Why don't you listen? We're gonna swear by
Wilted leaves.
because we're elves.
Let me clarify. I hate when they use these different swears, and then they're like, "Oh, God, save
See,
us."
and you say
I
by
hate that. Just say the F word, you know?
well,
Mother frick.
no, you're gonna say like swear by your god's thing, like so and so's horns or something like that. Like don't
Godric's
not
Hollow.
not
That's
is
Harry
that-
Potter.
well, exactly. But like don't just say like leaves. You couldn't come up with something else. Or like again, you don't come with their own swears. Come like they have their own language probably. Give a random nonsense word and just use it in context so we understand it's a
Wingledore. How could you do this to me?
I understand it's a swear. What I believe doesn't matter. All that matters is that we find the blade of binding, Anwin. The duty of protecting the relic falls to you. Lasir swore to guard it with his... Don't you dare lecture me. I know what my father did and why. Yeah, again, we know why they went there. We know the item was there, yet no one knows what it looks like, nor knows what happened to it.
This guy got like a Soren ponytail going on. A 2-for-1.
Yeah, although his isn't the same because they're clearly, like, uneven.
Turn around. Let me see from the back. I
Soren
want to look at your butt. Turn
Soren
around.
does have the most unique way of doing his hair. I don't know why they designed it that way, but they're like, yeah, because we need to give more reasons for why this guy has issues. While I find it hard to believe demons lurk in our forest, it's clear that there is some danger. Take these bears in case we run into trouble.
Take these bears.
I trained them to work in a circus. Come, we'll meet Maythorn in the west and see what he's found. We're probably going to find his corpse.
Okay, word.
I'm going to open this chest first. Yeah, let me give you a clue to this game. When it comes to artifacts, with the exception of one artifact they have, oh, we got blue bears, nice. With the exception of, like, a singular artifact, in the undead area, you always wait to find the phoenix feather, and that's the only one you use, because it's the one that brings you back at 25% health when you take a lethal blow. And let me tell you, you can do so many other things in this game. See, and then he goes and kills him. And he did.
Lamau. They really said, and murder.
And he did.
That's funny.
And Maythorn did. Poor guy. Hope he doesn't have a family. See, originally the loading screen was on the, like, that screen that showed with the units. Originally that was the loading screen, and now they have, like, a separate loading screen, and I think that's kind of dumb, but, you know, whatever.
You're just not feel good?
See,
That's neat,
yeah.
really.
So, see, the bears have markings in this one. In the original game, they were just covered in moss to show that they were, like, you know, foresty bears.
That's so funny.
So I actually am fine with the markings, unlike the pixies whose wings are fluttering way too fast. But I don't really care about the archers. They honestly are fine. But like the pixies, their wings are fluttering way too fast. I don't mind the markings on the bear. Again, I have to agree with you about the whole, like, it's like, I guess, how other people must have felt about Ace Attorney when it got remastered. Which is why I need to play the original versions of the games at some point. But, like, some things just feel like, in the character models, not like the ones that are down here, but, like, the main character models, like, looks very smooth, and it's almost like a little off-putting. Okay, let's put you here, there, and, you know, sometimes even just knowing, like, you know, the fact, like, oh, a charging unit will move a unit in front to the back. Like, if you have to move a unit, so you don't want... Because later on, we'll get units that, like, if they die, you have to go buy more of them. These ones, they can die infinitely, and you're fine. What? Oh. That's new.
What happened?
It shows me, like, the board and how much strength each unit has. That's cool. I usually just remembered those sort of things. I didn't know there was an option to do that.
Not all of us have a gigantic, like, infinitely knowledgeable brain.
Well, it's not infinitely knowledgeable, it's just full of useless facts, really.
Me too, but my facts are way more useless than yours.
No, mine just make good talking points in the way of I just keep talking until people listen. Or they walk away, which is usually the more likely thing to happen.
LOL.
Yeah, good times. And, you know, you put two walls, they can bundle up with each other, but... these walls, because they heal, they actually only have 2 stages of strength, so... The biggest thing about the elves as a unit type, because we'll get other different characters...
Isn't she, like, the worst unit type, like, elf?
No, I'm getting to that.
I'm sorry.
So, the biggest thing that we're going to learn with these is that you're going to get multiple different characters to play with, which all have different unit types. So the elves' biggest thing is that they're swift units. They're also incredibly fragile. So most of the units will charge in a turn or 2. Like the archers charge in a single turn. You notice how this guy's not getting any hits because like his units take 3 turns to charge. Usually the longer a unit takes to charge, the more damage they do, and usually more damage they can take. So the elven units are very fast. They're also very weak in terms of how much damage they can take, and they don't do a ton of damage on their own. So, and like, you know, their walls heal, but they're not very strong walls. So it's kind of like, Maythorn, you're wounded. You want to give a dying cough? There you go. Demons lurk in the hidden grotto. Find the hollow tree. Part the moss shroud. My deer will fight for you. Treat them well. He just vanishes in the smoke.
You got Thanos snapped. No.
Maythorn, no.
Rip.
He's with
Look at the way
Silent.
she's smiling. She's like, anyways.
He's with Silana
Hey,
now.
remember when I told you my dad died?
No, funny thing, in the original version of this, she has her saddened art on this. Like, she has like a mourning sort of saddened art pose, and they don't have it right now.
Too much, yeah.
Well, no, right now
Girl,
she
stop
should.
smiling. She should be more serious.
Yeah, well, right now she should be having her like mournful face on. I don't know why it's her regular one, because then she's like, yeah, he died. Sucks.
He's dead. Yeah.
He's with Silana, and who knows now. Findin, yeah. But he speaks of demons in a hidden grotto. Silana, yes, he mentioned a hollow tree and parting moss. We must find this place, Findin. They might have the blade of binding. They will die at our hands regardless. Again, they're yelling at each other. These demons, I'm sorry I didn't believe you, Anwin. It's not like you were heavily traumatized. Oh, the deer look cool. Nope. I know how to use the deer. Cool. So yeah, we have elite units now, which are the real, like... I keep hitting X, intending for that to be the one to save the game. And it's not, because in the DS game, X button is your thing. Oh, I have to kill that guy for a bounty later. Because you get another... Yeah, mysterious demon is mysterious. Again, it's covered in moss. No one noticed this? These are supposed to be the people solely in tune with nature. So now we're gonna go over here and kill some demons. That's the succubus over there.
Did you need stronger unit?
No, we shouldn't, but we're gonna go fight this guy. We should be fine. God, these human boots kill my feet. When can I stop this nonsense? Count Carlisle. It's funny they're using this pose for the demon because the succubus is a female and that she has very pronounced boobs, and this is not the right model for that. Considering this is very not.
I think it's just generic demon.
Well, I'm telling you, they remade everything else. They couldn't have given a different thing. That one clearly has boobs in the middle picture. Count Carlisle was clear. We make as many night tracks as we can. So elves mistrust their human neighbors while we make elf tracks in the Griffin Empire. Because that always, if nothing else fails, point out the fact that they're different races. Always comes down to that, doesn't it? There are the fiends. I'll destroy them myself. Do you hear this, Findin? They look to start a war between us and the Griffin Empire. These creatures are finished. They don't know it yet. Wait, we will question them at Arrow Point. Can you really do that? You know, like,
No.
Don't you, like, at that point, aren't you, like, you know, shooting them already? Okay, so, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, we have... Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm confident in my skills. Listen, beast, speak a lie and it'll be your last. What do you know of the Blade of Binding? Nothing. Our orders are to see the elves and humans drown in each other's blood. And now we're gonna kill you.
Oh, you were talking to the little guy. You
Yeah,
weren't talking to the
Not the big guy. I like how the little guy just goes and charges us, and the big guy's like, "You got this, bro."
You got it, buddy.
And then,
You
know.
did it. You got it.
But-
For you. I'm gonna watch you die, though.
You got. Oh, this is so. In the original one for the deer, their deer were originally brown, and again, same as with like the bears, they just had like moss on them and like vines around their horns. Now they're white, and like they
I
have
got their Hogwarts house color on them.
yeah. Well, they also have these little symbols and like stuff around them. So again, not bad per se, but a little weird. It just feels different. Let's put that there and make ourselves a wall, and let's get this guy charging.
Nice.
He actually kind of looks like a llama like that.
That's actually really fun.
So here's the thing that I find very weird about this right now. So normally, again, the elite units are bigger than, as you can tell, the smaller units. They take up 2 more spaces. However, in the original one, they looked like the sprites looked bigger. Here they look smaller than like the.
Well, don't the Super Elite take up 4 spaces or something?
Yeah,
These only take up 2.
Yeah, the elite ones take up 2, the other ones take up 4. My point being is that in these 2 spaces, they look small because of the perspective they're at. Like, originally the deer were from straight on, so they look taller. Now they're from like a 3/4 angle as opposed to everything else that's straight on. So they look tinier. Is that just me? Like, they look tinier to me.
Do you have frogs? I'd have to play the original game again to remember.
Just like compare like next to like the fairies. Don't the fairies look like
Yes,
they're
they
like
do. And the bears look big.
yeah. It's just strange. So biggest thing about elite units is that they are ones you obviously have to buy more of if they get killed. So best
That
thing
sucks.
yeah. So essentially what the biggest thing you want to do is make sure that they get charged up, because obviously when they're not charged they are most vulnerable. They're easy to destroy. But when they are charged, they obviously have more health you can go through. So, if, like, you know, there's another formation coming at them, you either want them to charge up, something else to attack before them, to put a wall in front of them, or you want to, like, you know, get them to attack, or just straight up move them. I've done so much, like, jerry-rigging around something to just, like, move an elite unit, because I'm like, I don't want to have to buy this guy again,
Yeah.
you know? Okay, now we're getting links. See how those are linking? Units that have the same countdown link and therefore are more powerful when they attack. So yeah, my guy's gonna hit him before that hits, and he's gonna die instantly. Because you can see my deer right there has, like, essentially all his HP in a singular attack.
Oh, dang, where?
See, again, it's the little things because I played so much of this game. Originally when the deer would attack, they would, like, swipe with their antlers when they rammed. This one just kind of rammed. And I'm like, show me that you're a deer. Again, I'm trying not to like criticize this game. I'm just noting the differences right now, and the differences so far are just like, wow. Yes, I know how to do fusion.
What's fusion?
You put 2 of the same units on top of each other, charge them, and their health stacks.
Nice.
So like, and that works for all of them. So you can like, if you can manage to like put 2 like champion units and stack them, you can get into like the hundreds of damage. The problem is the enemy does this all the time. And it's a pain in the butt.
I remember the one time you said you kept losing a level like over and over. Were you playing on like extra hard mode or something?
No, just bad luck. It was like in order to get past him, I had to essentially be lucky enough to hit past him before his thing hit me.
Yeah.
And I just kept drawing bad units so that I could never charge up something strong enough to kill him before he killed me. Or like, the wizards I said in the beginning are the worst because they are the worst units to use, and they are the most pain in the butt enemies to fight. Because they have very, I just don't like using them as units. They're not fun. Like, a lot of them have cool abilities or cool extras, or they're strong or they're fast. The wizards are just, I don't like them. They're hard to play with. Just trying getting over my impenetrable walls, elf, and yeah.
She looks like a Hazbin Hotel character.
She does. We're gonna watch that show this weekend.
Hopefully.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie Malin to bed, so that she cannot leave.
Wahoo!
But I will provide her food, so it's all right. So the way we're gonna get over this is that the impenetrable walls, blah blah blah. The deer jump over walls. That's what they're trying to teach you. So essentially, you can't beat this battle if you aren't using your deer. Pretty easy to figure that out. So
Oh, they jump over the wall?
yes, deer are able to jump over one row of walls. Gosh, easy for me to say. So let's see. We need.
I just elbowed the mic.
You did yourself.
Punch.
So we just need to get the deer charged up and they'll jump over walls. They can't jump over 2 rows of walls though. I figured that out actually playing one time. Again, that's why it the first time I played through this game did find it really challenging. Even the second time I played through it, kind of challenging. The last time I played through it most recently, I'm like, wow, I don't know if it's just I got better at strategy games or I just got very lucky, but I'm like, it was way easier the third time I played through.
Mm-hmm. So you have to use, what, 2 regular units to charge up your deer?
Yes. And then champion units take 4.
Mm.
Which, if you're not careful, you might accidentally create a wall in the process, and then you're just like, wow,
That's a
great.
pain.
Because there's no way to differentiate from that. So it's kind of like you just have to be, creative about how you do your things. So see, like, I don't have anything strong enough to get past those walls, so I have to get my units that can jump over them. So really the biggest thing you have to do in this case right now is just make walls of your own to fend off their attacks. Because you can't attack with any of your regular units, you just have to wait for your, deer to attacks.
Yeah.
So it's really just like, oh, cool. So like I was originally saying, so the wizard units that we'll face later on, they have this one champion unit called a Phoenix. Great if you have it. Unfortunately, all the major bosses have it as well. While it's charging, you can't die.
Nice.
So if I had this one instance where I'm facing the boss, and he had a Phoenix charging, and it was so hard to damage him in the first place. So he charged up his Phoenix, and I'm like, finally, I'm going to survive. I have... sometimes you'll come in by the skin of your teeth. You have 2 HP left, but you know that your unit's going to attack before his unit does. So you can probably kill him in time. So I hit him. He died. Came back at 25% health, which was more than I could do in the next turn. And then he hit me and I died.
Nice.
Yeah, I was so
annoying.
angry.
Yeah, I was like, that would have been so annoying.
So it was I was not happy. And the wizard units just in general suck. I actually really like the ones, the elf ones I say are probably not my least favorite. I say they're strictly in the middle. Probably just out of circumstances of them being just a lot weaker. I would say they're probably second from the bottom. Because of just there's only 4 styles and I hate wizards the most. And I think I would probably put demons third. Not third from the bottom. Let me go from the bottom. So it'd be wizards,
what?
elves, and then demons, and then the top would probably be undead. Because you can do some really... I just figured out in my last playthrough, there's this awesome item you can get in the undead one, only in the undead one, which puts you at 10% health, but doubles your power by 100%.
So who controls the demons and who controls the undead?
So the sister controls the undead and the brother controls the demons.
Okay, I was like, I don't understand. So I thought the demons was the sister, but that's the brother. Why does the brother control the demons? Is he possessed?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay, word. Freaking tight. How long do you say a playthrough normally takes you?
See, do you see how he just charged right through? He should have jumped over that wall.
He should have jumped. He was like, right?
Yeah, again, that's, first of all, the original animations did go through the effort of showing the deer jump over the wall and then charge forward.
That's one time when I will say pixel art was kind of dope.
So right now...
I'm not a big pixel art kind of girl.
So again, I love this game, but right now I'm not impressed in terms of the quote-unquote definitive edition upgrade yet. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep an open mind though. Look on when a scrap of cloth, blue and white, ornately sewn. It's from Godric's cape. These demons must have held him prisoner. He could be alive. Okay, so here's the funny thing about this. That, again, another detail they didn't update. So in this updated art, he has a fuzzier cape. In the original one, he has a thing, a regular cape that's a blue on one side is white on the other side. So you're like, oh, that's his cape. But in this one, it's all fuzzy in it's supposed to be more feathered in design, which is what his cape looks like in his campaign when he gets an upgrade to his outfit. but like they started with it now, so I'm like, that doesn't look like it came from him. These details aren't lining up.
Do you think they draw on their little green marks every morning? There's no way she tattooed her eyeballs, yo.
That'd be funny. No, they're just born like that.
They wake up and they're like, because why does she have the cool edgelord eye pieces, but she's not like a cool edgelord character? She just gives me like boring.
He
Boring.
just looks like he got attacked by a vine.
Props, Vine.
Or they took his life, and we must focus on the blade of binding. The trail is growing cold.
What in the Fire Emblem?
No, Godric is out there. I can feel it. If we want to find the blade of binding, we must find him. I just remembered that is what it's called.
The Blade of Binding? Binding Blade?
Binding blade, yeah.
It's literally a Fire Emblem game.
That sound, that's the war horn. It comes from the druid
That
tree.
sounded like somebody getting stepped on. They were like,
The druids, I've never heard them blow the war horn.
then why do they have a war horn? Then how did she know what the war horn sounds like?
That is a good point. How do you know what it sounds like if they never used
A
it?
war horn. Someone's like, no, sorry, I'm inventing cars.
Quickly, we must go to the druid tree in the north. It's probably more demons.
Okay, word.
All is just found with I haven't used walls that much. Not with this particular one. I forgot to rank knights. Okay, so if I had to rank it, I would say it would be wizards, elves, then the knights. Because I do like the knights are not like anything special or flashy, but they are very strong units. They take a while to charge, but they're very tough. They do a lot of damage. And then I put demons because the demons just look cooler. And like that one's demons are are definitely trickier to use because they're a lot more self-destructive units, but they also are pretty strong. And then the undead ones are definitely the best. Just because you can do some broken strategies with them. The war horn blows to the druid tree, even though this war horn that no one apparently has heard before. Everyone knows where it is.
Everyone to the druid.
The druid tree.
To Godric's Hollow. In the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, Godric's
I'm
actually.
looking at all of Olivia's Harry Potter stuff in
We
here.
do have. Okay, go up, go up.
No, wrong side, just
Also,
side.
can we just know about like the models when they're running? Her fists look too big. Look at her like when she runs.
She's a Skylander, dog.
I know, like something is not entirely
Yeah.
right about this animation style. Okay, we're gonna
It's
go.
literally Kim Possible. Ooh, gold. Nice.
We're gonna get some rock here if I can go down. Yeah, that's it's something that I always like. Playing this on a touchpad, easy enough. Playing this with a control stick, a little harder.
Well, because it's a on the DS, it's the.
You tapped in order to go.
Well, it's also it's got the directional pad versus he's got the full
yeah.
360 thingy, no scope, 360 no scope. Are you not gonna talk to that guy?
Oh, I just want to see if there's anything coming forward first.
You're gonna progress the story. What are you, dumb?
No, I won't progress the story until I actually go up the tree.
Look, you're progressing the story.
No,
you
see,
bozo.
right there. Ah, they're here, they're here. I want to go get that gold. And then we'll talk to the guy. The guy's the bounty hunter. I have to go talk to him in order to get like a couple of other optional missions, which you should always do because then you get more resources. And also, there's no like, in Anwin's fights, there's no random encounters except for in like caves, which there are not a lot of. This guy definitely looked. Okay. So funny thing, when this guy was in like the original one, he was like facing the opposite way, and his hand was way lower. So I always thought that his like bandana thing was a beard.
That's funny. He looks like
So-
he's gonna sneeze.
Yes, he does now. His arm wasn't raised up like this. It was kind of like this.
Or
Like
he
he
was
was.
just coming out
it was
of a
kinda-
sick dad. He was like, doing.
It was actually more like this, where he was kind of like trying to hide his face. So I.
LOL. He says, "You don't know me."
Yeah, but like now
I
he
don't
looks
know
like
you.
Madeline says. He was like, yeah.
That's funny.
I represent a certain organization.
Your mom.
Okay. He's also not as tall as he used to be. He used to be a much taller
Dang,
figure.
why is she so much taller than him?
We have an interest in
5'1".
keeping things tidy, clean. You
He's
see
a
what I
maid.
mean?
He's a maid.
No, don't reach for a bar soap. I mean, clean up the riffraff, troublemakers, bad elements. Rather, we eliminate the scum and riffraff that plague our
Hey
beautiful
man,
land.
when you call them riffraff, you're automatically not cool anymore.
See, the other thing is, like, you see how his sprite's facing? That's what his sprite originally used to look like, and now they put it facing the other way, and I'm like, why didn't you change one of those to consistently fit? You're using his original sprite from the first game,
It's obviously
and you
a different
changed the
team.
artwork.
Yeah, it's like it's obviously a much different team that worked.
Well, it's almost like the people who did the character art and people who actually did the sprite work in the game were
Did
not
not
on the same
copy
page.
They're having a feud actively.
Like, should we tell those guys? No. He spilled my coffee yesterday.
Yeah. I
Interested
hate
in
him.
helping us raid the worlds of villains and earning a little pay. So yeah, always go to the bounty hunter. So here's the first contract. A sneaky elf who goes by the name of Cromir. He hides somewhere in this forest. I like how they say his list of crimes is despicable. Just go kill him. Like, we're not gonna say who it is. All right, that's fine.
Okay, word.
So we're gonna go and see if we're strong enough to kill this guy. I don't know if we are yet, but we're gonna try. Because the bounty hunts are always pretty tough, but you get really good rewards for them, and more importantly, see this guy looks like a hardened criminal. This little dude with his little blue hat and his white hair.
Chromier?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to him talking in the third person.
Can you give me like a crazy old man voice?
No.
Aw.
He's a kid. What do you want? Get away from me, child. This is how one of the kids in my class talk. Does Chromier not deserve his peace and quiet?
Good thing he said his name out loud so we knew he was the villain we were looking for. Cromir, we got you.
Hey! Is this the end to my glorious life of crime?
Yeah, it's very realistic dialogue right now.
Yes, we begin the battle.
Yeah, I can probably beat him.
He's level 3 or level 4.
Well, it's not a matter of how like high level he is, it's more the level of what his units are, because the higher level units are, the different damage
He's
they
got
do.
the deer sages.
The druids.
The Buddha monks.
So I said they're druids.
Why do they look weird?
Because they do. It's more the fact that's offsetting me right now about them, is the fact that, like, again, the elite sprites
look
should
really
be bigger
small.
than this.
I do remember them taking up like a significant portion of the screen.
Yeah, they're
And
so
it might
much
be
tinier.
because the DS screen is literally like this big. But that's my personal opinion.
But again, the other units look like they're in proper proportions. And I do agree, it is partially because the DS. Originally, the two battlefields were on the DS. So one was on the top screen, one was on the bottom screen. There was a lot more room for everything. But still,
This one's utilizing. We've got a whole TV to work with here, dog. You know.
well, look how much dead space there is past their like health bars. You know, it's like, you had more room to use here. You just chose not to. So yeah, we're gonna try and hit his druids before they do too much damage. Which the druids actually don't do a lot of damage.
Because they're charging up really fast.
No, well, I didn't realize this until my second playthrough. The druids are very useful, but not for damage reasons. They can turn back the clock on a charging unit. So, they will, so we're gonna do something cool here, so watch this. So I'm gonna charge 3 things up at once, and now I got 2 extra moves.
Hi.
Because I charged these guys, made a wall, and charged this guy at the same time.
So I gave you 2 extra moves?
Yeah, every time you make a move, like 2 things at once, like if you delete a unit and make a charging thing, or you delete a thing and make a wall, then you can, then you get extra moves. So, honestly, that's why I had the most fun in my, like, last playthrough. I just spend a lot of time just being like, what are the most complicated maneuvers I can get here to get the most amount of moves in a single
and that's
thing?
so you. You're so strategy brain.
Which is why I find this as a comforting thing to deal with anxiety.
That's fair. I like to play strategy, like resource management games. Not necessarily strategy, but more resource
Life
management.
sims?
Yeah, life sims with resource management, like Story of Seasons. Not Stardew Valley though. That one looks too hard. I like easy ones.
Can't people actually die in that one?
I don't know. I just know people can be mean to you in that one. I need to play a game where everyone is forced to be nice to me. Otherwise I'll cry myself to sleep.
So see, like, those guys just put back my charging time for my deer. Which is annoying, but I'm gonna see if I can do something about it. So, like, if I went and did this and deleted that wall, it creates a new wall, I get to move back. Put more people here, and then I delete this, makes me a new wall, get the turn back. Get it? So... that bear's probably gonna kill my deer, which is unfortunate, but, you know. Well, he probably will survive it. Because that thing's gonna have like 5 damage. Yeah, so it's gonna do a lot of damage. That's fine. The biggest thing about it is that, like, you know, when it pushes the time back, is that the druids, once they get higher level, will do more damage. So you can do that. If you do that, for instance, like a champion unit will take usually like 6 turns to charge. So if you do that repeatedly to that unit, you can usually just whittle down its HP. And while they do gain more HP every turn that they charge, you do that enough, then they'll end up with like not a lot of HP, and you can just kill them outright. Or if it's something like the knights in like the little horse-drawn cavalry knights in like the next area, they start fully charged. So if you damage them while they're charging, they just don't get HP back. It's useful. So yeah, I got 4 deer charging right now. I'm gonna kill this guy. It's, you know, we'll be fine. But the biggest reason you want to do bounties is because, especially in her campaign, I learned this the hard way the first time, is that there's no wildlife encounters, so there's no other way to build up. So watch this. He didn't jump over that wall.
I think they ran through the wall instead.
But that's the whole point, is that they were fleet deer. They
rammed the wall because he destroyed part of the wall.
But he shouldn't do that. That's the point. Every other unit has to go through the wall. And that's why they take damage, because they have to go through it. Like, you know, like a horse. Like, you'll get later knights that are like on horses. And so you go on top of... So they have to cut through the wall. Which is what takes away their power. But, like, the whole point was the deer can jump over the wall, but not take any damage from it. Which is what's, you know, harder with them, you know? So... Gosh, that annoys me. Probably more than it should. But, like, so the whole point was that they, you know, like, they jump over it, and then they, you know, so, like, see. Also, is it just me, or when they jump over it, does it, like, speed up?
Okay, they are jumping, they're just jumping, like, really far.
Yeah. And you know what I think it is? It's because the sprites aren't properly sized. They're too small, so you can't even really see it.
Yeah, their animations are a little bit...
I think it's also because this is not in the chibi art style. Let's go get our blood money, yay! So, because it's not in the chibi art style, the ones that are the larger creatures look just disproportionate. Who else am I gonna kill? Gotta get a necromancer, and we need to get the other guy is a wizard. Cool. Let's go kill some people.
Did you save already?
Yes, I can save.
You can kind of see in the background here that she looks more war-ish there.
But even then, she has like the impossible lip going on there.
Well, this is obviously the updated art.
But that's just more my point. Like you said, now you mentioned it, I'm like, yes, you're right. It does look like impossible. That's the problem. Man, what a good show. Please help us. Hurry to the druid
Can
trees.
you not go that way? He's blocking.
Yep, he's blocking us off. Come to help. What's happening?
I want to beat you up.
See, for the longest time. Now, here's the funny thing. So this is a guy. You can see it's an elf that's wearing a deer.
Oh, I thought this was a
deer
deer in
head.
a cloak.
Yeah, so in the original one, they were.
Okay.
They were literally like upright standing deer. Like, you know, half deer, half elf sort of thing. Now it's just an elf with a deer hood. The tree is under attack. These druids will help you defend it. See? Not as cool. Now you have to question why I have...
because you kill the deer.
Exactly. I have deer on my team, as well as people wearing deer heads. That's a little problematic, probably. I don't think I'm strong enough to kill this guy yet, but let's see what he wants.
Oh, unicorn.
No, yeah, it's unicorn's the most is the elite. Like every campaign has a secret unit you can find by fighting a really tough foe. This one's the unicorn. It's an elite unit that's really useful. You just stabbed that guy. What the heck?
Wow, he's dead. That's funny.
It's not demons at all. Knights of the Griffin Empire attack the tree. Also, how did they get here that fast?
They were griffins, duh.
They actually don't, believe it or not.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, I like all the Griffin Empire.
They ride horses. But you know how hard that is to get through this terrain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's freaking go.
So, this is the part of the plot that's very predictable where the humans are stupid.
Shocker.
Yeah. We're like, oh, hey, we got false leads. The elves were turning against us who have been peaceful neighbors this entire time. Let's go burn their trees!
This is like Avatar.
And I'm just like, wow. I was actually just watching a video on Avatar earlier today. You're just like, wow.
The one with the blue people.
Yep, that one. I say Last Airbender if I mean the other one.
Yeah. There was a second Avatar. I don't know if it's good or not because I don't really care. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against the first one. I thought the first one was good
The first
for all
one I think
intents and
is
purposes.
okay. I think the first one's good to watch one time, and then be like, oh, cool movie.
You know what
It's not like one that you sit down and you rewatch a lot because first of all, it's 3 hours, and you're like, well, that doesn't sound that long in theory. When you're sitting down for 3 hours watching the same movie, it does get a little long.
You know why it doesn't feel long nowadays?
Because every movie's 3 hours.
Yep.
Because freaking
And a lot of movies
Justice
are
League
worse.
is 3 hours.
Yeah, a
and
lot of
Avengers is 3 hours.
there are a lot of movies that I think are definitely
Hey man,
worse.
I can't commit 3 hours to this movie just for.
These guys have almost like look at the
Then,
like black soulless eyes. These knights on the other side.
Yeah, it's
like,
'cause they're
they had-
skeletons.
Well, no. Okay, so these are regular people.
Oh.
So originally when they were chibi, that was fine because everything had dot eyes because they're chibi. The fact that they didn't give them like I don't know like blue eyes or just some sort of colored eyes, or just give them straight up like masks, like this guy has.
Yeah, they're kind of weird.
Why? Why did you not bother that?
Bro, who knows?
Trying to move him over so I can get my other do it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Are those like healers that he has?
Yes, those are clerics. Very useful.
Do they heal or do they attack?
They heal. Yeah, they heal every turn. Him. Okay, that's literally. This happens to me all the time where I'll get like the right formation but the wrong color. I'm like, you couldn't have been yellow units.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
They did. So we're gonna move you to the front.
Today I got oh, I can't read. The start style is so cute though. It's cute. Yeah, I think it's
It probably
cuter
is to
if-
someone who's
I
just
was
looking
gonna
at
say-
it.
I was gonna say I think it's cute if you're seeing this as like this is the first time you play
Exactly.
the game. I think it is cute. That's what it reminds me of
is.
Skylanders. It's very like it's like light and easy RPG.
That's why we're not
style.
saying we're not saying it's bad. We're just saying compared to what like we know of the original game,
It just
it's a little uncanny valley for us because again, we remember the original like very detailed and cute sprite art. So seeing this,
Yeah, it's
it
like-
is definitely cute.
the main difference is that you're going from sprite art to
See, can I say another thing about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the cleric, you see how she did it, where she just picked up her staff and like swung it. No, she picked up her staff and slammed it, and it just so originally the cleric, what they did is that their staff glowed. They threw it up, they caught it, swung it around, and shot a bolt at you.
Yeah, I think the difference is
It just feels a little more lifeless than it was originally.
yeah. It's like
I need to
think-
move this guy because he's gonna die.
so valid, besties. LOL.
So just say
So
we're.
I feel like everybody has their particular, like, not necessarily game, their particular thing that when there's a remake, you're like, eek. You know, like, I feel like everyone has something. Like, this doesn't bother me too much because I don't really
Oh, that's
remember the
gonna
main game. Because, I played it so long ago. Like, there's
I
other
also
stuff.
played this very recently. So.
Yeah, you played it super recently, but there's, like, other stuff. Because when we played Ace Attorney, we played the, excuse me.
Bless you.
Midnight, a yawn. I had a super yawn. When we played Ace Attorney, we played the remastered version on the Switch, and everyone was like, and it's similar. We were like, this is fine. Like, this looks great, because it's like this. It's like a smoothed out art style. Or in Ace Attorney, it was on the Game Boy, actually, not even the DS, on the Game Boy. So people were used to that style of pixel art, and they kept the same music and everything, and some of the same, like, animations. They just scaled it up to the screen of the Switch. But
Realize
yeah,
I'm probably
we
not
were
paying
fine.
as
So it's
much
like it's
attention
kind,
to this as I probably should be.
it's kind of the same. It's okay. You were ranting, which is fine.
We should be fine though. This
You
guy.
do
should-
need to heal though, dog. Okay, you're fine.
Oh no, I'm not in the red. I'm fine. But I was like, I
You
hope I
and,
didn't lose any of my elite units while I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you end up freaking.
No, we didn't lose anyone. We're good. So, I should go get some more druids, though.
Fun fact: this afternoon, I had a temperature of 99.5.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said in the beginning, oh, I hate this fight coming up. Also, look at the size of the saw. Do we see the size of the tree right now?
We're gonna get it in the next hour. Just give us a moment.
But even okay, so here's the thing. When in this
Do you like do love it and then they have to like walk to the right 10 steps and do some more?
in the original version of the game, the tree looked a lot smaller and they were a lot further across the trunk.
It's
so
actually really funny to me that they're like, "We're going," and they're like, "Ear."
So, originally the saw was about the same size as at least half of the trunk, because the trunk was a lot smaller. And the saw and the two guys there were a lot bigger. So it didn't look quite as pathetic as this, like, little 4-foot saw they have against this 30-foot thick, like, tree. Count Carlisle says the elves use this tree to spy on us. Wow, you guys are really just mindless drones, aren't you? He says you can see our fair lands of our home from the top. Yeah, because it's a tall tree. You probably can. Come on, saw with all your might. Let's bring it crashing down. I don't think you're getting anywhere with that tiny little axe. Smitha, stop these fools. Think of the pain they're causing the ancient tree. The ancient tree's probably just laughing at them right now, being like, "You think that this is bringing me down? Do you know how long I've been?" Like, it's probably one of those you young whippersnappers moments, where it's like,
little punks.
like, look at the size of the tree and then look at the size of the saw. Do you think they're getting anywhere anytime soon? You think they're getting? You think I'm gonna get some more druids because I only have 3 of them. I would like more. You think they're getting anywhere anytime soon? No. So yeah, like I said, this is a game in the beginning that I've played repeatedly. I really love, because the story is honestly serviceable. Nothing groundbreaking as far as fantasy goes, but it's a perfectly serviceable story. I love the gameplay. There's a good variety, and it gave me many hours of enjoyment, so I really love this game a lot. So that's why I'm not criticizing it, but I can't help but notice the things that are like, wow, the size, like, so again, imagine these guys, let's take an example of these guys here. Imagine these guys' song here. In the original game, they were little chibi sprites. And this tree was about half the size of it because the tree was also chibi sized. So it was a setting, but it looked smaller. So essentially, these guys look like they were sawing away at a way larger chunk of the tree than they actually are right now. But because they're full-size sprites now, instead of little chibi sprites, they just look really tiny next to the tree. It's like, they made them full-size sprites, but they didn't scale them up to the size they should have been. Like before, when they were chibi sprites, you like understood they were bigger than they appeared. But now that they're like full-size sprites, they're like, wow, man, you guys look tiny. Okay, so the reason I hate this battle is because the only way to stop it is not by actually fighting. You have to hit the 2 guys with a saw. And they will move every turn. Well, it's not as hard as it could be. With units that take longer to charge, that's harder. These, since we're playing with elves, they charge it pretty fast, so it's not really actually that hard to line them up with their current positionings. The bigger issue, actually, is getting through the knight units, which can definitely take way more of a beating than the elven units can. So, that's a bigger issue. But the thing is, this battle doesn't end until I hit those 2 guys with the arrows above them, and they'll move every turn. So essentially, I have to just line them up, and hope there's not too many units in the way that'll block them. So this battle can be really easy if you get lucky and hit them both like right off the bat. Or it can be really hard if you just get unlucky and they keep moving in the wrong direction, and so they keep just narrowly avoiding your units, and so you're just kind of sitting here being like, okay, I'm just going to keep endless stream of units constantly. Eventually one of them's going to hit, you know? So, like, I just hate these
right now, you're the living meme of it's like me. It's typically me and my girlfriend in their in her 500-pound Mary boy, or no, $500 Mary plushie. It's you, your sister, and her 2-foot-long 5 Mesa Fetties stuff.
Well, I mean, I got like a 5-foot long dragon in the other room if you want to make that meme.
Anyways, back to what
But say, like that, my bear just attacked where that guy was a minute ago, but just because of the timing, it missed. So here I'm going to do this. I'm going to get 2 turns for that. Nice. And then we're going to do this and put that there, and we're going to get another extra turn from that. And then we're going to go... The best way this fight is really just to try and get someone charged up on like every row and hope eventually one of them hits. There's really no other way to go at this battle besides that. Which is the thing that annoys me about it. Like, you really just have to get lucky.
Yeah.
And also the thing is you have to hope there's someone who's... There's not like a butt ton of units in the way that are charging that are going to stop your unit before it hits, even if you do line it up correctly. So this one's just, we're going to see how lucky I get on this, and if this is going to take forever or not. So like my deer is going to charge, but there's nothing in the way for him to hit. So it doesn't do anything. So we're kind of just being like, well, that didn't work. Let's try it again. You just kind of have to keep like bringing in units and hope like eventually one of these will hit. Let's see. So I'm going to delay that one because I don't need it. Okay, will one of these hit, or is this guy going to move again? Yep, he's going to move. So my fairy's going to literally just miss him. I think that one fairy might hit. No, it's only got 2 HP. It's not going to hit. Oh, it did just barely. So I got one of them. So here, one of the guys has been knocked down. This guy's doing this saw entirely by himself now. He's just determined to get to do the
These
saw.
animations, actually, the way that he's animating, it looks like... Have you ever seen the Game Grumps thing where they're playing the Legend of Zelda game, but it's like from the computer era?
Oh, it looks like a PC game, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an old PC game, like 80s old.
I wonder who redid this remaster.
That style of game. It's not bad, it's just the way that his animation cycle
Okay,
looks,
this arrow guy might
really
hit the other guy if he can get through these other units.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're not... Okay. I've literally had this battle go on so long before, just from bad luck, so I'm glad this one didn't take too long. I just don't like the battles that are literally, like... And to be fair, there are other battles like this later on that are, like, a pain. Like, it's like, not only do you have to hit the thing multiple times, you have to hit all 3 buttons at the same time. And, like, you'll hit 2 of them, but one of them will be, like, super guarded with a lot of units in the way, and they're like... And you'll just miss it, and you'll be like, oh my gosh. The war horn blows again. It's coming from the top of the tree. It must be Uni, I guess? I don't know. EU. The Druid Elder who sounds the alarm. Come find in me are needed. Okay, let's save and go kill another guy. We want to try and be level 5 before we get to the top of the tree. Because that's what we're going to need for the... We'll have our first boss fight up there. Okay, do we have the strength to battle this guy? No, we're gonna back out of that. We're not strong enough for that fight yet. See, I will say one improvement. You have the option to flee from fights now. Originally, if you went and fought someone and realized you were outclassed, you're just like, guess I'll try my best or die. Which, of course, Okay, the knights look kind of cool. I'll give them that. That's the only, like, unit so far that I've looked at and been like, okay. You know what? I do know that this game was remade on, like, not remade, but, like, ported to the PC, and they did update the graphics. I wonder if these, like, definitive edition graphics came from the PC port. I've never played it myself, but I remember Elliot showing me it once. Let's not actually do that. Let's do this. You there. That there. And let's do this one here. I like how the knights, their horses have like eternal wind blowing their manes. Just look really epic. See, like knights right there, like you see, they just... Interesting, did they change that about knights? So, here's the thing about knights originally. But I'm wondering if they changed it. Knights originally charged up, like, fully on the first turn. Like, so if they had a base power of 25, and when fully charged, they just started with 25 HP. Which means that they're very good defensive units. Because it means they already have their full HP. Which, I don't know, they don't have here. Maybe they changed that. I hope not, because that was one of the cool things about Knights, was that you could use them like little tanks. Because then they could just stand there and take damage. They wouldn't heal over time like most units would, but, you know, you could use them almost kind of like walls. But, they don't seem to be doing that here, because they are charging up here, which is interesting. Or maybe they just changed that to try and make this part of the game easier, I don't know. I will say that the something now you brought up, Meline, is the idea of, like, you know, that the screen feels more condensed when it's not on, like, 2 screens.
Yeah, Meredith said, when did this one come out in comparison to the original?
Would you mind Googling that?
I will look that up for you.
It's on the DS, so we're talking somewhere in probably in the 2000s.
This one came out recently.
Yeah, this definitive edition came out like last year.
Yeah, this was released July 20th, 2023. It's $13 on Steam.
I'd be getting a physical edition of this game from like limited run, but I'm kind of okay with it that I didn't.
Well, the original's not
Because I'm telling you, the original game was awesome. If I had a physical copy of the original game, I would definitely buy that.
It originally released 2009. So it released December 1st, 2009.
Can you see, does it say anything about when the PC port was released? That's when I know that they originally redesigned the art style.
Well, it just says platforms. Where's the original release? Let me read the Wikipedia page. Released in 2009 North America.
So see if this thing
In
kills me or not.
2011, a downloadable high-definition version was developed for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Microsoft Windows. The PlayStation 3 was out in 2011?
You feel old yet?
No, I just didn't think that console was that old.
Yeah, I just
Maybe
had a
the
very...
PlayStation 4. PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 look the same to me, though, because you have the PlayStation 4 special whatever.
yeah.
So, I guess I
We
don't...
actually got on the PlayStation 4 bandwagon very late in the game.
Yeah, I actually don't know what a normal PlayStation 4 looks like, because you got that one... Didn't you get that one, like, on sale somewhere?
It was a special edition for the State of Play.
Yeah, it was like...
It was 1 year before... I think it was 1 year or 2 years before the PlayStation 5 came out.
No, it was... I thought you had it in our apartment. The blue
You
one?
did,
The
yeah.
little blue... No, you had it for a while before the PlayStation... When did the PlayStation 5 come out? When did the PS5 come out?
I don't know, Google that. Point being is that... Or maybe it was right before the PS4 Pro.
I think that sounds right. Cause it's like the PS5.
The point was is that the reason I got it for like a bit of a cheaper... again, I think I got it for $200 at the time. But the point was is that the reason I got it cheaper...
Yeah, PlayStation 5 has only been out since 2020.
Oh, okay, that must have been PS4 Pro. Point was that the PS4 Pro came out. Everyone wanted the PS4 Pro. So I got the special blue edition for the State of Play for a cheaper price because the Pro had just come out for $300. So I got it for $200.
I was like, that's what I remember.
Because I was like, I don't need better graphics. What I'm playing a lot of stationary games, so I'm like, and also I'm like, I got fancy blue controller and I got fancy blue console, and it's the slim edition, so I can carry it around my backpack really easily. Because
Well, because I remember you. Sorry, I keep elbowing the mic.
it's okay.
I remember it being in our apartment, and I didn't remember what the What was it?
But the funny thing is that like we had PS2, but that was like the only PlayStation thing we did. We played very few PlayStation games. The reason I got PS4 is I literally like my friend had a PS4, and I think the first game we played on there was Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and I love that game so much. That'd be if I wanted to play on stream. It's a long one though, so that might have to be like its own dedicated like video series. Because that's a long one. It's a really good one. Like, I love that game to death, but it is a long game. Because you'll get to like Act 3 and be like, oh wow, we're getting to the end. They're like, nope, we're round 2, and we're just like, oh, really? Let's see if I can beat this guy. I wonder if I can...
giant tree thing.
Treant.
I'm trying to find like original screenshots to show you guys what the
That's that looks like you're looking at the that one is right there.
Well, I was trying to see one specifically of the.
Doesn't the sprite art look so much better than that though? Is in your opinion?
Yeah, I was looking
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can beat
specifically
this guy.
for
He's a
outdoor.
level higher than I am,
You're gonna die.
but my units are higher level than he is. So if anything, he should just have more
you
health
might
than
not
me.
die.
But his units are lower level than mine, so I should be hypothetically tough enough to beat him. He just is going to have
I'm
more.
coming to the camera.
He's just going to have more health. So yeah, to be exact for Aerith was yeah. Original one came out. You can kind of see the artwork on that.
So you can see this is, I don't know if this is the updated or the original, but this is
It's
the
original.
graphics of the DS. So you see it's definitely more.
See, this now makes me want to make like a video off of this just to compare and contrast the two, because like, it's just so different to me.
And those are the units we have. There's bears, there's archers. I don't know if there's pictures, but there's definitely a bear there. My brand is so crazy. But that's what the original art looks like. Specifically for our team right now.
And again, not to say this is bad, I do agree. It still looks good. It is definitely still cute. It's just compared to what I am used to for this game.
So again, not a bad art style, and not like a better or worse art style. It's just a completely different.
It looks strange to me who is so used to this game looking a certain way.
I don't remember. And that's what the original character.
Yeah, put it in front of it, then you should focus in on it. There we go. She just looks a little older. This one makes her look very Disney princess.
The difference here is we're going to do something like a Fire Emblem. It's like a Fire Emblem art style, which is definitely more focused on, you know, not necessarily war simulator, but definitely. While the gameplay elements are not as whimsical,
Yeah, honestly,
they're more just like, I don't want to say grounded in reality because they're not, but they do kind of like have their own set of stricter laws versus something more like Skylanders or
you know what's funny is that
our style reminds me of something that I really cannot remember. It's just more, it gives it a little bit more fantasy vibes versus like maybe Harvest Moon. Maybe our style reminds me of Harvest Moon.
it might be Harvest Moon, honestly.
Because it's kind of got that with the style of shading and the way that her face and hair sit. Maybe it's Harvest Moon. It reminds me of some game where the objective is not tight versus this.
The funny thing is like is anime as or whatever they complain about Engage's art style. I still think that is though that character art it looks a little more serious than Animan's current character art. It's just so princessy.
Well, Fire Emblem Engage, if you want a reference for that art style, is the Genshin Impact art style, and if you're like, I don't know what that looks like, yes you do.
Everyone knows what Genshin
You've
Impact
seen
looks
it.
like. Come on.
If you don't know, you've seen it. Everybody and their brother has seen it. This is blue. Is that just where you pull that from?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's a bad art style at all.
It's just
It just
very
I mean,
different.
For me, I don't know as well. I know like just more drawing from just.
I have just played
It would
this.
be like going from.
Also, I really like good
Pokemon
sprite work. I really
Yellow
appreciate
or
good sprite
Red or
work.
whatever, you know, Pokemon whatever game on the Game Boy Color, and then going to play something like Legends Arceus, not Scarlet and Violet because that's not. But going from something that's completely
We don't just
sprite
not
work.
acknowledge the Scarlet and Violet exists.
Hey, that game sucks. It's like going from completely sprite work to going to something like a realized 3D model, and you might be like, I like 3D models, but I don't like how they move the Pokemon I like, or you might be like, I love this a lot. Like, even in Unova and Pokemon, which is black and white, I think that's Generation 6,
5.
maybe 5. I always mess that up.
It's because you always forget one generation
I think
exists.
Sinnoh is Gen 5.
You do.
Fine. But it's like taking
Remember
that
one time we took a quiz and they were like, name all these Unova Pokemon, and you kept naming things from Sinnoh.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's funny. I'm
Because
like,
any other time, I always name Unova first.
and it was funny
Unova
because you
was
were
the first
so
game.
genuine.
I know Unova was the first game I like played through fully on my own. Like I played Sinnoh a little bit, but Evie beat that game for me, and then I played the post game versus Unova. I played from beginning to end on my own. Plays like that in Unova. That's the first time the sprites. They're not 3D sprites, but it was like the the moving 2D sprites. And some people were like, "This ruins my Pokemon," blah blah blah, because it took them from non-moving sprites to slightly moving sprites, and then the next step obviously was 3D. I thought the moving sprites were nice.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't do much.
I didn't think it was like the best. Like actually, that was the future of Pokemon, and it didn't look good on every Pokemon. Some of them it looked very like obviously redundant because the like expressiveness wasn't a lot. But like on things like Fire Pokemon, for instance, it looked cool because now you had actively moving flames.
Mm-hmm.
But like it didn't work for everything. But I appreciate the attempt to do something different. That's the biggest thing, is that they did something. And unlike most of the games that tried to do something different but went like halfway, like Kalos did something different. Half effort. Scarlet and Violet tried to do something different, half effort. Even Sword and Shield could have gone farther than it actually did.
Correct. Sword and Shield has a lot of stuff now that we've had it for a long time.
We can appreciate it more because Scarlet and Violet
when it
exist.
first came out, you're like, "Oh, good Pokemon game. Okay, I'm done." Is it as offensive as Scarlet and Violet? No. Hey man, that game sucks and it's awful. Hey, Ian, if you're out there, I hated that game. Thanks for giving it to me for my birthday. I didn't play it because I hated it. Like, and that was the worst part about when I was in Japan.
I did push myself to beat it though, so you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for being it. When I was in Japan, they are doing all the Paldea stuff, which is Scarlet and Violet's generation is Paldea. So they had all of that merch because that's like the region they're promoting, so that's their newest one. I was like, I don't want to buy any of this. What the heck?
There's just not.
But I'll show. I did get one piece of merch. Let me go get it. I'll show you. It's pretty cool.
I did like some of the. It wasn't like it was impossible because again, I love Pokemon so insanely much. Like, it's a significant point of my identity as a person. Probably more than it should be. So I love Pokemon.
Her game case is right here. It's literally a movie, so.
No, I meant more in the fact of like, you know, it's like the only thing I draw, it's the only thing I write about. It's I was just playing a hack for the 5th time of a Pokemon game earlier today. Like, it's a significant portion of my identity. So, like, it wouldn't take something as simple as, like, you know, some, like, less than optimal graphics. It wouldn't just take difficulty. It wouldn't just take I don't like these Pokemon. In order for me to really feel pained while playing a Pokemon game, you know it had to be bad. You know it had to be multiple problems. Like, I wanted to give Scarlet and Violet the best chance possible. I wanted to, like, overlook things. I would even overlook a couple of minor glitches, but the amount of times my game crashed in the beginning, how empty it felt, how often the graphics just fell apart, I was like, wow, I am not even 3 hours into this game. This big, expansive, open-world game, and it's driving me nuts right now. I don't even feel angry at it. I just feel like I don't want to play it anymore. And when you're playing a video game, you know, more than like a book that makes you want to stop reading or a movie that makes you want to turn it off. Like, a video game is all about immersion. The moment where it's not that you're angry at it, because sometimes you might even keep playing a game out of spite. But the fact that you just don't want to play it anymore, you know something's gone wrong.
Yeah, and I only have one piece of Paldea. I'm not going to show you guys.
Oh yes, the one good thing Paldea, the one good thing that Paldea gave us was Clodsire.
They have this, like, brand of clothing. I don't know what that means, but like the inside is really cool.
Because picnicking was their thing. Like, you know, in Sword and Shield they had curry. Picnicking was their thing.
It's got like I got excited like Volcarona. Even though I think this is their version of Volcarona, I don't know. It's got Volcarona there. It's got, I don't like Pinkaton. Stupid.
I thought about using it, but nah.
It's got Clodsire. Everybody loves a good Clodsire. Look how cute he is. It's got the mouse people. It's got this guy, little ghost dog. It's got this dog, a different one. But it's a nice jacket. I didn't bring a jacket to Japan at all because like I'm just gonna buy it when I get there. And I put on this jacket when we were in the store because I was like, I don't want to buy any of this stuff because I don't like this generation of Pokemon. But then I put this one on, and then we walked around for a little bit, and then it was really cold, and then we went back and I bought it. Boom, boom.
This guy seems very at peace with death.
That's me.
It seems that no one is coming to my aid. Do your worst at night.
Me. Hey man, we're literally on our way.
Sir Strata. Show me your. Show me your. I think originally it was a different character up here, but I can't remember. Show me your far-seeing crystal so I may smash it, druid. I know it is here. You're misled, Knight of Griffin. Elves and men have always been good neighbors. You no longer trust those with pointed ears. Pray to your tree for a quick death. Man, I like that they just show the humans are the absolute worst in this. Like, night, full stop, they just suck. And I'm just like, wow, I love this black and white thing we got going on. To be fair, this is the only area they do in Anwin's because she is the first storyline. She's essentially the tutorial of the 5 paths. So hers is really, honestly, not the best part of the storyline. But, it's serviceable. Step away from him. I do not take orders from elves. You'll have to go through me if you want him. Try not to hit me, young ones. I'm fragile. Oh gosh, I hate this boss fight. I hate when they have random objects. Huh. What's Scary Guy's problem? So, essentially, they got some politician in the human empire that said elves are evil, so they're like, okay, let's go burn their trees. So this guy, you know, it just came here out of, like, suspicion for pointy-eared people, and he's gonna kill stuff because elves evil now. Again, the humans in this, and only this section of the game, are so easily manipulated. Immediately, like, hey, these people who have never attacked us before and only been helpful, yeah, we're gonna kill them. I think it was Richie someone else that was like the boss here, though. I don't remember it being this guy. Hey, well, let's fight him and see what happens. So this guy is just being edgy because he's missing an eye. Biggest thing that's annoying about this fight is you see the little dude in the front? He's in the battlefield. He will move randomly each turn. If you hit him, it's an automatic game over. So it's literally random chance of whether you hit him or not. I've already expressed before, I hate it when there's like random chance conditions to a battle because there's not really any way to aim or not aim for him. You just have to be like, well, hope he doesn't move in front of one of my formations at a given random point. Because wouldn't that be inconvenient? So the best thing I can think to do is just to, like, try not to aim for him, but also just hope he doesn't, because he can move anywhere. So he easily can, honestly, just move in front of one of your formations and be like, okay, I'm standing here now. You're like, why? You're going to die. So, yeah. See, he just moved there. So, like, you know, but he could also move really far away. There's just no real way to know. And I have to see that I can attack that griffin up there before he hits me, because that will really hurt if that hits me. Let's move you there, put you there, and let's get a wall up. So yeah, update from Tuesday. I'm feeling less sick. I still have a kind of a scratchy throat. So honestly, I mean, you know, I've been like just pushing myself tonight to just like keep the talking going, even though it's kind of tearing up my throat at this point. Where probably, I will say heads up, probably after this boss fight is probably what we're going to call it for the night, because that'll be a good stopping place. This is the first major boss of this part. There are 3 in total, if I remember correctly. So probably after this fight, we will go and we'll take a break for tonight and probably come back and keep playing this game next Thursday. At the very least, I'll go through Anwin's story, and then, you know, decide if I want to keep going through like the rest of the game or not. Because again, I do really love this game, but I guess it also depends, like, if, you know, what people like. If people find they like this gameplay, if they find this gameplay boring. You know, it's, again, I would love to hear comments, people, what they like, dislike. Get an idea of that. Better not move over one more, dude. Like, seriously, you better not move over anymore. Although I'm already doing pretty well right now, because I got a really good hit in with my deer a minute ago. The biggest thing, I just like charge attacks way on the other side of the other guy. So hopefully it doesn't hit him. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's get another dude charging. So, again, I'm not quite as sick as I was on Tuesday. Oh, gosh. I'm hoping my fairies don't hit him. Because that would suck. I think all those knights, though, should defend him. Let's see. Dang it! See, that's the problem. That's the problem. See, funny thing, in the original version of this game, you saw the ending, the game over stream would be a picture of the original sprite, and then just like flopping over like a dead fish. It was much funnier. It wasn't just that, oh, game over screen. Yeah, the only thing that's hard about this game, this part of the thing, is you hit that guy by accident. So, let's do this again. Hopefully this won't take too many tries. Because that would suck. Like a lot. But, we'll do our best here. Do that one. Let's put you here. Get rid of that. And let's see what else can we do. Let's charge up. Move you and get one, our other druid charging. Okay. I was doing really good on that guy too. I took out a lot of his HP. Oh well. So yeah, I'm a little healthier. I still am a bit under the weather, unfortunately. Still kind of fatigued. Obviously dealing with a scratchy throat right now, which is, you know, a pain. Lots of tea. But we're getting there. Also, you know, I hope everyone's doing well with out there who are watching it right now. To any particularly young viewers out there that may or may not be listening, we loved your cookies. They were delicious. Really helped Madeline. She as always had a rough day at preschool, so she was very happy to have them when they went home. Definitely the magic of cookies that makes me feel better. But wonder what we're gonna play next week too. I'm definitely open to suggestions if anyone wants to. Oh, I thought it was gonna have more of a ripple effect than that. If anyone wants to give suggestions on like games we could play going forwards. Otherwise, I'm just kind of gonna go. We're kind of. I just plan otherwise to go through our backlog and see where we go with that. Okay, I'm gonna charge this guy up and hope that dude will move in this next turn because he should. If not, I'm probably just gonna get killed again. Okay, good. He did move. Now, if he moved the other way, that could have sucked too. But, you know. We'll see how this goes. Now that I mention this does really, like, the graphics of this game do really remind me of, like, a PC game. I'm wondering if these are literally just the... Because I've never played the PC port. I saw Elliot play it once, but I never actually, like... I saw him do that at a different stage in the game. It wasn't this part of the game. So, like... I wonder if, like, this is just the graphics from the PC port, and they just use that for their quote-unquote, you know, remastered edition. Which, you know, wouldn't terribly surprise me, honestly. Okay. Just gotta kill that guy without hitting the other dude, which I think I can do in the next 2 attacks. Hopefully. But, yeah. You know, sometimes I go and, like, sometimes I look for this for, like, you know, when we're streaming and think about, like, I would want to do a, like, long-term video about this. And, like, I've also been debating, like, I would love to do, because, like, the only other series I have any, any near the amounts of love for, as I do, like, Pokemon, which I kind of am in a little bit of a twisted relationship at the moment, is, Fire Emblem. I would love to do a retrospective series on Fire Emblem, like video essay style. actually use my writing degree for something. Besides this, like, you know, bragging rights over why I'm a grammar Nazi. You brought a puppy with you.
2 puppies.
2 puppies.
Raise your hand.
It's even better than 1 puppy.
Raise your hand. No.
You can't be on the bed.
No puppies on the bed. Sorry.
So I'm like trying to figure out how I would do such, because I've never taken on like any sort of like huge video editing project like that. I don't even really know how I would go about it besides just structuring it like an essay, but I'm not sure if that would make for good video content. But it's also something I think I would like to learn how to do. Addie says, what's GTA? Grand Theft Auto? Yes?
Yeah.
Play GTA. Do we even own Grand Theft Auto?
No, but Elliot might.
Yeah. Was that on the Xbox? Because
He's
like,
done a lot of stuff. I didn't play
do a stream where y'all make a slideshow and just explain Final Fantasy lore to me.
That's one good.
Although we would have to look up Final. Believe it or not, I've not played any.
Write these down.
As crazy as this is, for as much of a JRPG fan as I am, I never played a Final Fantasy game. Not a single one. Not strategies. Not even like Final Fantasy Tactics or any spin-offs. Never played a Final Fantasy game. I own like 5 of them. They're on my list of things to play. The problem was at the time. Okay, here we got some dialogue. You're safe, Elder Uni. You've beaten them back, the invaders. Thank you. Wait, you're Anwin, daughter of Lysir, yes? And you are greatly troubled. How did you... Yes, with my father gone, the blade of binding falls to me, but it has been stolen. The trees also whisper that you seek a human boy. Godric, is he alive? Do the trees also speak of the blade of binding's whereabouts? Tell me. Gosh, I'm gonna get stuck on that every time. The trees say that elf rangers investigated your doomed camp, Anwin. They found the bodies of elves felled by the blades of the Griffin Empire. The demon plot. We must do everything we can to prevent this news from spreading. Too late. War travels the woods as wildfire. Villages as far as Forest Edge prepare for war. We must stop this finding. If Ireland is engulfed in war, we won't find the Blade of Binding or Godric. Oh no. Anyway, so, no, that's not really useful. Oh well. So, yeah, I don't know if we might own Grand Theft Auto somewhere, but funny things, I've never actually, I own, like, probably at least 5 different Final Fantasy games. Never played any of them. I would like to at some point. Yes, we will buy Baldur's Gate at some point. I just have, it needs to go down in price, honestly, for me. I've bought too many... I do want to do Baldur's Gate. So I've just bought too many games at $60 price tag in the last several months. It's like it's one of those games that I know is not going to get it's not going to get worse over time. If anything, it's going to improve over time. So I'm not like in a super rush to get it. As opposed to like.
I was telling Danny I'm getting all sorts of Baldur's Gate TikToks, especially Astarion.
Well.
They know my type.
Let me put it this way. Like, for instance, some of the games that I get at, like, the $60 price tag are, like, more rare games. So they'll be, like, the ones that only have limited releases in, like, the West. Or the ones I have to import from, like, Asian countries if I want them in English. Like, there's a lot... Or, like, recently I just got my, like, hands on... I'm still looking for a copy of the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice trilogy. That's one I want, but I can't find it anywhere. But I'm ready to buy it. I have my $60 is on the table as soon as I find it, but I can't find it anywhere. I just got one, which I would like to play on stream maybe at some point. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I'm really looking forward to that one. They say that one's a really good monster collector game, which I really love those sorts of games. So I'm looking forward to playing that at some point. But I only just found that game recently, and that one's been out for months. So it's like Baldur's Gate is a game that I'm pretty certain they're going to have stock of for a while. So I'm not as worried about trying to buy it immediately. I do want to play it. I definitely want to play it. I want to play with all my friends. I definitely love D&D. But it's like, it's one of those things, like, I know there's lots of copies of it. I also know it's probably still $60. So I'm more, and I do not have a steady job, so I'm more like thinking about if I have to spend $60 on the game, it's going to be the one of the more likely to run out of stock ones first. I'll get to it. It's not for lack of interest, but it's more like it's one on a list of the games that I'll get to eventually. But I do want to play it. For like the whole idea I was saying about I'm going to at least go down to I'm going to go down to the bottom of things because then I can go get some more units. And when take these leaf gliders, they'll speed you to the base of our fair tree. Let's see, did they update the graphics for the leaf gliders? These things have like the dumbest animations. I'm wondering if they updated it or not. Nope, they still look really silly. In fact, these arguably look sillier without the chibi art style. Before these were in their chibi art style, so it looked kind of like just little leaves with a little like head on them. They arguably look worse now. Meanwhile, somewhere in Shiog, I don't know. Master, my mission was a complete success. The secret meeting was thwarted. I slaughtered your enemies like dogs. Even the bearer of the Kamala Asiya, I think, who knows if that's how you say that, fell to me. Just hand over the blade of binding, Axes. Another matter calls me to Haresh. Okay, so, Lord Bloodcrown here. Who, that's his name. It doesn't show it. That's his name. I've played this game so many times. He does not look the same as before. However, his is one of the redesigns I think still kind of captures the nature of the character. His mask used to be a lot more detailed and a lot bigger. But they gave him like this more ornate mantle now. So he still kind of has the whole intimidating Demon Lord vibe, which is fine. Oh, about that master, I didn't actually get the blade of binding. What brainless meat sack? Recover the artifact was your mission. Get back to Ireland and find it before I turn you into a boil and lance you. I must have the artifact by the time the blood moon eclipse.
Your dog, he looks like he's wearing concrete on his shoulder.
He does. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was definitely not something that was definitely not there originally.
Oh, let's go play Zoro Mimbins.
No,
Zumbinis.
What's Zumbinis?
I don't know. I'll put it on the list.
Is that? Well, you have to Google that one. Yes, master. Right away, master. Why does he always have to yell at me?
Boulders. Maybe Here, shut up.
I've been leaf gliding since Ranger Academy. Woohoo! They have an academy. Nice. Okay. And wait, Uni sends a message from you through the leaves. He grants you the powerful Emerald Dragons to aid you and says the battles will get worse. So now we get the Emerald Dragons. So, who are level 3, level 3. So we're not going to put these on right now because I'm going to be fighting some bounties and I don't want to lose these because these things cost a lot if they die. They're very powerful. But, and also because I'll forget to later. I'd rather level these two type of units up for right now. But we will put the dragons on later because obviously I love dragons and we're going to use the dragons. Obviously. But, no. So, we're going to save. So, Malian's looking that up. The funny is, like, it's always interesting when you go and, like, talk to people about, like, what's your favorite games. And you always assume that, like, everyone has, like, the same zeitgeist of, like, certain games that exist within popular consciousness. But then, like, once you really get into it, everyone has at least people who are really passionate about video games always have, like, such a different variety of games they get into. That you always have, like, 4 games you all, like, know and enjoy to some extent. But then there'll be, like, 4 games you'll be, like, talking about that, like, no one else has heard of. That was honestly me with Fire Emblem in middle school. Before Fire Emblem Awakening came out and Fire Emblem became, like, a major IP franchise for Nintendo, that was me trying to explain Fire Emblem to other people. Because no one had heard of it. No one really even knew what strategy RPG was at that point. Because it was such a niche thing. And, like, that was the thing I would talk to people with, like, for 20 minutes, like, just to get the preference out of I like Fire Emblem, was I had to explain what genre it was, which is fun. But, I would like to do the reason I would like to do a retrospect is because I have all the Fire Emblem games that currently exist in some format. In English, mind you. I haven't played fan-made patches for the older games, and that's just a personal preference. I know that I could go back and play them at some point, but there's also, like, a certain, like, graphical, like, fidelity I'm up to, so, like, you know, before the GBA is, like, as far as I go back. So I would like to start, like, you know, the first Fire Emblem GBA game, you know, the, technically Sword of Seals, Blinding Blade, whatever, Blazing Sword, but I would like to go through each of those and, like, you know, because I want to replay each of them just for my own fun of it, because I just like replaying those sorts of games. The Eastern Trail leads to the forest edge and the village that lies near the lands of men. No, we're going down. I'm going to save in the spot near the bounty hunter so I remember to go do this next time we come back to this, because otherwise I'll forget. So we're going to go save right here so I remember to go do the bounties next time. 2 hours, not bad. So, I would like to go back, essentially, because I would just go and replay all the Fire Emblem games just for the sake of replaying the Fire Emblem games. So I would like to go and, like, replay them for the sake of more than that. To just go and be like, hey, instead of just replaying them, what if I went and actually, like, you know, I got a writing degree, why don't I go and make a, like, you know, like one of those really long video essays that's a couple hours long where you just kind of talk about the game and the things you like about it and the way it's designed and how, just to kind of build, like, just my repertoire in terms of, like, writing, and also just to go and express my immense passion about the series. Since it seems like it's one that as it became more popular, kind of fell prey to the thing a lot of animes do, and it's just like, once it becomes mainstream, that's when you get a lot of the toxic yahoos out there that are going to go and be like, you have the people who really enjoyed it, you have the casual fans, then you have the people who jumped in from another fandom, and really just make the whole thing more toxic. It's kind of what happened to the Fire Emblem fandom after the 3DS games came out. Unfortunately, because it attracted a lot of, like, anime sort of fans, and then after Three Houses came out, the one on the Switch, then you attracted a lot of, like, the Persona fans, which, don't get me wrong, I love Persona as a series, but, you know, sometimes their fans can be really annoying. And so then, next thing you know, the Fire Emblem franchise is full of, like, half of them who, like, know what the series is kind of about and known for and to expect from the series. And then you got a lot of people who played a singular game in this, like, 16 game worth of franchise and expect every game to be the same. Even though this franchise kind of thrived for how it, like, both holds to its tropes but also kind of reinvents itself each time. So, yeah, the running gag online is that no one hates Fire Emblem more than Fire Emblem fans do, which is unfortunate. So I don't know, I would like to add a little bit more positivity. Like, not to say I love every game, I would definitely want to go into, like, the pros and cons of each game. But I also kind of just want to put something out there of just being like, hey, I don't think anyone else has done this before. At least not in a way that isn't, like, memey or chasing, like, the trend of, like, when Fire Emblem was popular, everyone likes to just tackle it or bash it for one reason or the other. I just think I would like to do something about, you know, like, just, you know, fun passion project. But yeah, it'd probably be a multi-long thing. Like, I would need to script it of some sort, because otherwise I could talk probably for literal hours. As I do often on these streams. Anyway, I said we were only going to do through, the first boss. I could go to the next boss. There should be 2 more bosses. Major bosses in this part of the game. But I think we're going to stop there for now. Just because I think that's a good, like, pausing point for now. I'll probably pick up with this game again next Thursday. We'll try and be here next Tuesday. We'll figure out what me and Malian are going to play together. Try and play some 2-player games. I don't know, we just got Sonic Superstars, which is supposed to be a multiplayer game. That's a fairly new game. I actually didn't know that game came out until about a week ago, and I found it for $20. So, maybe we'll play that. It's a multiplayer game. It could be fun. Or it could not. We'll see. I honestly know nothing about the game, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But, like, Yeah, we'll think about what sort of things we can do. It was fun to play Mario Kart this week. Even though I'm clearly not good at games. Are you almost ready to like? I'm almost ready to like end the stream if you're good.
Oh yes, sorry, I just got rid of you.
I honestly had to just keep talking until he came back because I don't know how to turn it off. My throat is kind of hurting. I would go. Normally I could talk longer than this, but also I'm still got a raw throat, so I'm like dying, kind of.
Well, also, you know what's so funny? Yesterday, all of my class was at school, and then they were being super weird and moody. Let me get over here with the mic.
I'm gonna get to her designated tech person mic.
There's a lot of chords that are very. So, anyways, my class yesterday was super moody and weird. I wish I could show you my face, but I don't know how.
Can you switch it to like? Elliot said there was another cams one.
This cam one is just Elliot's face looking at a thing being weird. I don't know how to make it work. I can do it, but it's just his face. So I'm like, oh well, guess I'll never know.
I mean, it hasn't changed from my view yet.
Yeah, no, I could change it, but this is the only other scene he has in here. You want to see it? Wow! Cool.
Yeah, that's not right.
So, back to normal. But as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. But my class was super, super weird. And they were all being really moody. And they were all being like, for reference, these kids are so loud that it really just blows my mind. Because I'm a loud person. And my coworker's a loud person. And they out loud us. But you're like, wow, man, that's crazy. So you thought they were going to be crazy because it was Valentine's Day and we had a party. But instead they were all moody and clingy and weird. And then, what do you know? Today, 3 of them are out sick. And tomorrow, we already got the email that one of them is out sick. A different one, a 4th one, is out sick tomorrow.
Again, I know where I got this sickness from. My mom and my sister came in, so nice, came in and said, hey, do you want to come? We're having Super Centers Day. You want to come in and play with the kids? Well, you know what? Sure, I had fun doing that last time. I'll come in and play with the kids. Look what my good-heartedness got me.
And in case you're wondering, March 15th, we'll do our next Super Centers if you want to join.
I went in there with a mask and I still came out sick.
You will probably have to sub for me that day, so sorry. Because Aaron's out of town.
I swear I teach in there as much as you guys sometimes.
You do.
You guys.
I mean, one of my kids yesterday was so sick, they were coughing so hard they peed their own pants. That's 2 days in a row.
We're gonna play for.
Different
we're actually gonna stream for like
pants.
another 15 minutes because Malin does need to tell this story.
Well, it's not even. That's the whole story. 2 days in a row, 2 different kids pee their pants.
Did you say how he said it?
Yeah, well, we're walking in, and mind you, the parents are already in there. They set up a party. I have multiple parents inside my room, and normally like, ooh, I gotta show off for the parents. But we came in, and the one kid's standing there, and he goes, I peed my pants. I'm like, you did what? Because this kid also peed his pants last week. And we were like, last time he thought he wasn't allowed to ask to go to the bathroom on the playground, so we cleared up that misconception. Then he's like, yeah, I just peed him a little bit. And I was like, what? When? We just walked in from playground. Like, I was like, you can ask, you can go whenever you want. And he goes, oh no, I just peed him a little. I was like, are you? And he was, when I was coughing, I just kind of peed a bit.
To be fair, I think everyone's been guilty of that at least some point in their life.
Yeah, but I mean, homie was coughing every like 4 seconds.
Point is, these kids are sick. They shouldn't be at school.
Yeah.
Getting us sick.
My boy, can you stand up Freddy Fazbear and pretend that's me telling the story over there with you? That's me. I'm Freddy.
This is Malin actually right now. That's her life.
That's literally me. One of my friends, oh no, my friends, oh my god, one of my kids was like, he does that all the time. Freaking, he's one of my favorites. He's so funny, because he just loves.
Is it the sus one?
Yeah, he's also, hey, that's hella sus. He doesn't say hella, I do that, but he does. That's sus.
I think you would get in trouble in a Christian school if you did that.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. No, but it's really, no, today, one of them had their bag on their neck, and I told them to take it off. I was like, as if not, you'll choke and then you'll die.
Me too.
And the teachers was yeah.
It was like, it was an understandable reason for it to happen. It was just like weird it happened 2 days in a row.
Yeah, so 2 days in a row, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Just had a rough week.
Peed their pants. And we were like, hey man,
back to the pee topic. So then I was like, oh, well, if your underwear are wet, we can just change your underwear. You don't have to change your pants. So then I was like, well, why don't you put your pants back on with new underwear and see if they're still wet? And then I'm standing in the hallway, because also in the hallway, there's like it's like in quads. So there's a quad down one end, a quad down the other end, and then a classroom in my classroom right next to the office. So we're in like the main hallway versus the other classrooms at the end of the hallways. We're in the main zone. As soon as you come in the door, you see our hallway. And homie comes out, I'm sure you can guess it, undies only. Luckily, undies on. Because we've had a couple where like, go change, and they're pants off in the hallway. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Full moon is not for another week. Put the cheeks away.
Oh wow, they made the vampires way edgier in this version.
That's me. I'm that
okay,
edgelord.
so
They look good.
So breaking up the story for a second, the vampires originally. This is also why I love the undead units. They just look the coolest. The zombies actually look way cooler. So I can't wait till we get the end. We might have to play this game just to get to the undead part of the game because that's definitely the best part of the game.
Well, you can play whatever you want, dog. Who cares?
Well, that's why I was originally saying like maybe I'm only going to play through Anduin's story, but now that I'm watching this, like man, I love the undead part of the story. That's the best
No,
part
you
of the
can get
story.
through her story because her story is the most boring. Her story's like the elf story is always the most boring unless you're really into elves. And for me personally, I'm not, so it's always the most boring to me personally.
But anyway, so the vampires originally actually looked more like females. First of all, they
Let's
had
go.
ponytails.
Let's go.
And they had like bows or something on the fronts of their cloaks.
gamers.
So the fact that they turned these into like these edgy like goth lords right now, I'm
Let's
loving it.
freaking go, hot.
See, now I have even more reason to use the vampire. They actually are some of my favorite units in the undead area because they literally consume like idle units to make themselves stronger, and that's really useful, honestly, if you can line it up properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely looking forward to that part of the game.
Yeah.
Continue your story though. I had to mention that because man, that's the only unit so far is the undead units where I've been like, nope, that looks way better than they originally did.
Yeah.
Everything else looks like also, but look at this. The vampires look larger. Look at the size of my deer.
Yeah, they do look. Maybe it's
The
just.
vampires look properly. That's how big those units are supposed to be.
That's the thing. Maybe it's just Anwin's story.
Maybe it is. We'll give it a okay. I'll reserve judgment until we're done with Anwin's story because maybe it just is her story that looks weird. Because the vampires, see how they're like they look bigger than the smaller units. That's the way the elite units are supposed to look. These deer should look bigger than the units I have on the field right now, and they don't. That's why it's weird to me. But maybe this gives me hope for the other ones are better like converted.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll reserve judgment until we get at least the Godric story.
Which is probably a good idea in the end.
I mean, honestly, I'm willing to play through these two stories just to get to the undead area because I love the undead area. Mm-hmm. It's a cool place. You have an awesome partner. Because my partner in this one's just my cousin, and you're just like, okay, you know, you can't choose your family, but, but and you have the best units because they're so cool and edgy and stuff, and like, I just love the undead place. Also, I love the fact that she's like starts out kind of sweet, and then at the end of it, she's like, "I'm going to rake you over the coals," and you're just like, "Oh, wow."
Okay, word.
And then she turns back into a human at some point, and then she's like, "I still am an undead lord," and you're just like, "I love that." Well, I guess sort of spoilers, but I doubt anyone's gonna remember it by the time we get to that point in the game. You certainly won't.
I don't remember it right now.
Yeah.
I've already played this game. I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, good times.
So that's pretty dope. Well, I guess when you finish this battle, we can.
Yeah, I just wanted you to get through your P story because that
No,
wasn't
that's
interesting.
the whole story of just he came out.
It wasn't like when you came
Underwear
home
on,
and
he
told
had
me
little
that.
Avengers underwear. I'm like, and then the parents are standing right there. I'm like,
This
hey
is
guys.
preschool.
And then he comes in and he's coughing. He's got a cough, and he's coughing like every 10 seconds. And one of the girls, his grandma, which is funny, I go to the park
these
with them. I
vampires
see them
are
every day,
great.
so we know each other. She was like visibly disgusted, and she told me today, she's like, yeah, I almost left the room because it was just really so disgusting. I was like, LOL. That's funny because your granddaughter gave me the flu in December. So funny that you would mention that. Because she came to school sick, and that's why I got the flu right after I had COVID.
Which kid is this? First letter of the name? Okay. Still, who
Sign
would say
language,
that?
baby. Sign language.
Still,
Let's go.
who would say that?
No,
They're
but she-
kids.
No, but she's right in saying that. Like that cough was really gross and disgusting. I mean,
No,
at that point in the day, it was getting
I
like
thought you said
wet.
she said that in front of the parents.
No, she said
Okay.
that. She just said that to me.
Okay, I
No,
was like,
no, she didn't say
who would say that in front of the parents?
No, she just said that to me. No.
Okay, never mind.
But I was like, she was totally justified in saying that because it was really gross and his cough was getting like all wet and mucusy and icky. And then when we're leaving, and he also doesn't cover his cough and he like wipes his face up and down his
these
nose.
kids are the worst about that by far. Just
He
covering their
this kid in
coughs.
particular has got a lot of. He's got a lot of. I don't know if I should say issues, but definitely like
Deficits,
I was gonna say eccentricities.
quirks.
Yeah, quirks. He's got. I mean, he's got like medical stuff that they're working on. So I was like, he's difficult for me to figure out because he's a very interesting kid, but not in like the ooh interesting way, but the like interesting.
Yeah,
Kinda
that's the intonation of that.
Yeah, interesting kind of way. Like I'm still trying to figure out. We're in February. I'm still trying to figure out like what's going on with him versus the other kids we pretty much have a read on at this point. Versus him, I'm still kind of like, I don't know what your deal is. You know, I don't know how to... Like, the other kids, you can be like, oh, this kid's sick. Like, they're acting out of their usual. Or, this kid had this... Like, I can tell this kid's upset. Or, this kid's not. Like, you can tell by the minutia in their expression. Versus this kid, I'm like, I got no idea what's going on. But anyways, when we're lining up to leave, he's open mouth coughing. And he coughs all over the open box of pizza. We're like, are you kidding me? That was a teacher pizza for after school! So then we just threw it away. And he didn't come to... And then I told us,
I hate when they do that. I'm just like,
cover your
even
freaking cough,
even
yo.
regardless of keeping your mouth covered, they're 4/5 at this point. They have enough awareness at this point to know when you're coughing, you don't aim it towards other things.
No, this kid does not. It's like having a 2-year-old. We have multiple kids that
This
are kind of like
frustrates
2-year-olds,
me.
and I'm like, oh my...
But
yeah, frustrates me, dog. It's
the parents, though.
Teacher.
We know kids...
Well,
we actually know kids who are younger than that have more self-awareness.
Well, the bad part is his parents are actually super on top of it. They are super on top of taking him to specialized doctors. They take him to, like, all sorts of... Like, they are... As we're saying, like, if he's this level of just... I wouldn't say behind, but I just say this level of needs assistance when his parents are really doing a great job being super proactive.
You need like a special schooling.
Yeah, I was like, I worry for him. Cause like he's
I also am speaking a
got a
little
lot
bit to
going
some of the
on.
other kids that are annoying in that class.
yeah, Evie knows my kids. So I was like, it's a lot to
I
deal
think they
with.
arguably know my name
Because we
more
also
than
have
they know
a
your
class
name.
of 12 versus other classes have a class of 8. And when we had 8 today, because originally 4 of them were out this morning, we were like, wait a second, like we can totally troubleshoot small issues way easier this way. That's crazy. When you minus 4 children, it becomes easier. Who would have guessed? So anyways, and then I, in the afternoon, was reading a temperature of like 99.5, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. Guess I'm sick. Oh well.
But we don't really run fevers because we usually run hot.
No, I normally run low. I normally run like 96 or like 95. Like I run normally pretty low. So that for me, I was like,
Then why are you always hot?
Because I run low. I don't know, man. I am always hot. Some of that was my last medication though.
Yeah, like we're
that was
literally in the
literally-
dead
'cause
of
once I
winter
stopped-
when it's like 30 degrees and Mal's like, put the fan on.
Well, when I stopped taking on my last medication, I did like have night sweats, dog. I would wake up like drenched in sweat.
I've had
But
that
now I'm
definitely
on a
the
new
last
one.
3 days.
I can actually sleep through the night without waking up because my body gets so hot. You know, like I can actually sleep through the night now.
That has definitely been me the last 3 days with this
Illness.
illness. Yes, it's been the worst.
That's fair.
I've
that's
not
fair.
slept well in like
Rip.
5 days because I keep waking up in the middle of the night because of the stupid
Anyway.
sickness.
I was like, I don't know if I'm sick, but I have a show on Saturday. Shout out to come see me at Apex Friendship in with Assembly Line. Come support me. Just kidding, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's my first
I
show.
will
I haven't
admit-
done a show yet. Everyone else is second
Can
show.
I
My
just
first.
show up for you and alone?
Yeah. I'm getting a volunteer band, so if Mom doesn't come, you can have a volunteer band. If not, I'll just try to sneak you in. Walk in with the
I
unit,
used to be
they'll
more of
never
that thing, but lately, like social gathering stuff and stuff like that, like if I'm working it, I can kind of get myself through it, but like
know. That's fair.
not been easy for me.
Well, when we went to a gay club on Saturday,
And when I went there, at first I was like, this is cool. And then once we got into like the dance floor area and there was like 60 billion people, then I did get really anxious as well, which is not normally me. I was like, this is making me a little stressed. This is kind of stressing me out because there's like 1,000 billion. Even though like the group I came with was like 20 people, so we knew a lot of people. I was still kind of, I was like, this is too many people in one room. Like the chances of somebody like falling and getting hurt or something bad happening are so high. So then I left. I was the second person to leave.
Yeah.
I went home at like midnight, which was really early for the rest of the people because it was my friend's birthday, so we were celebrating her birthday there.
Yeah, I remember
But
that's
then,
when you left early for our D&D session.
Yeah, I left our D&D session a little bit early to go to...
You weren't there to see Danny almost get killed.
I know, I was sad, but my friend, she came from Japan, and she was leaving right afterwards, so we were like, no, don't. I was like, I wanted to see her while she was in America, because she let us stay at her house in Japan, which was really nice, so I wanted
Yeah,
to...
that is pretty nice.
And her birthday is February 4th, so we weren't, and she wasn't, she was in America, but she wasn't like, she was still too jet lagged to party the first week she was here, so we did, I think it was February 10th, whatever this past weekend was. So we went on Saturday, so it was a crazy day. We did Mark in the morning, D&D in the afternoon, then I went to her dinner
You were
and
so busy.
partying. Yeah, I was like, we went to dinner at the Raleigh Beer Garden, and it was okay. It took them over an hour to get me a pretzel, and I was like, please, pretzel, please, I'm just hungry. And by the time they gave it to me, somebody else had already given me their food, and I was like, I paid $8 for food I'm not going to eat, what the heck. But the location was nice. We played cornhole and the beanbags were wet, which was so interesting. It was not my favorite experience, but I'm sure somebody might really enjoy that.
Wet cornhole.
Wet? Yeah, I was going to say wet corn dog. Wet cornhole.
Wet cornhole is what
Wet
everyone looks for in
cornhole.
life.
Yeah, so we played that. That was fun. And then we went over to Legends downtown. We were like, ew. I've never been to a club
I've
before.
been invited to go along to there a lot of times, and I'm
Samesies.
just
That was my first time ever being there.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna be too lame.
It wasn't. No, it was nice because I went with my friends, and all of us are kind of lame. Like, and we're just.
If I'm a special breed lame.
That's fair. That's fair. But it was nice to go. That was my first time ever going. And my friend, who is her birthday, is a big partier. Like, she's a very extroverted person. So her friend group was like 25 people. So she wanted to go, and I was like, "Yeah, girl, I'll go anywhere you want." So I give her a ride over there, and then like my 3 friends and I. It was nice. We got there before the big rush. Like, we got there before 10 o'clock, and like as soon as the clock struck 11 p.m., it's like the club was immediately flooded. That was so many people.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we were there at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was kind of like a little bit dead. Because my friend and we were like, we're in, it's dead. And I was like, oh. So we just kind of sat around and hung out for a little bit. My friend's brother, she was like, here, I went back and she left her phone in my car, so I went to go get it. And she was like, here, I'm going to buy you a drink for that. And I was like, okay. I don't really like alcohol, but anything you want. So her brother bought her
so she
birthday
got you a
drink.
drink because you got her phone?
Yeah, she left her phone in my car. I drove her from the restaurant to the club. And then...
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was just...
Yeah, I was like, you just left it. I'll go get it. I don't mind. Because her brother's already there. And then her brother wanted to buy her a drink for her birthday, and she just gave it to me. It was a vodka Red Bull. And I was like, yum. Ooh. Wow, this is a big cup. This is a lot of liquid.
That's what I would do. Be like, oh.
I sipped...
How do I get
think
out of this?
Maybe like a fifth of it, because I want to know what Red Bull tastes like. But I was like, I have to drive home, and I also, on top of that, don't really like the taste of alcohol anymore after my partying days in college. Collage.
I never appreciated it.
I never
really.
liked the flavor before, but it was easy to
That's
just...
the thing. If
It
you're
was easy to
someone who
glug
doesn't,
glug 'cause I
if
was
you're
trying to
someone who
party.
doesn't drink, not have any like medical thing, but just because you generally don't find enjoyment in it, what do you do if you go out drinking with friends?
Well, I've had a drink once or twice that it's mixed nicely, so you can't really taste the alcohol, and those are fine. I don't mind those. This one was at... I mean, it's a drink made at a gay bar, so it's 99% alcohol, 1% mixer, you know what I'm saying? So this was like a full cup of vodka, and they were like, here's a sprinkle of Red Bull on the top. Malibu, Red Bull, and Sprite taste like candy. That's why I figure there's gotta be a combo that tastes like not icky. I think I've had one once where someone's like, here's a drink. Maybe my dad made one for me. It was like a lemon drop, but like his version, so it's like overly sweet.
Yeah, our dad like.
But
for
I've
sweet
also heard
drinks.
sugary ones give you a really bad hangover. I think I've been hungover once. I don't know if I've never been like really hungover. Because
To be fair, it's hard to tell with you because you and like also are very tired most of the time when I know you.
Yeah, I do that. Well, the last time it was before the pandemic. Like 2019 was my party year. I just partied all the time into the spring of 2020. Like I was pretty much I was couch hopping. I was partying. It was a fun time, but I couldn't do it again. I was much younger then.
I missed
And
you.
I never really was hungover because we would always eat before we pregame. Then we'd pregame, party, come home, eat again, have Pedialyte popsicles, and then we would all stay at my friend's apartment. So we all like slept on a bed. Like I didn't have to drive home. We slept at her apartment. And I would sleep for at least 4 or 5 hours. So it was like I never really got hungover because I feel like we just took good prep. But I was like, we did some nasty combos getting ready for that. Like one time we had, I don't remember what type of alcohol, but something in coffee because we were like, we're tired, we need to stay awake. And I remember sitting in the parking lot waiting for our Uber to come. So obviously we're not driving. And I was like, my tummy hurts so bad. I was like crouching in the parking lot. I was like, my stomach hurts so bad. Because
You were concerned you might have digestive issues now because of some of this.
I had digestive issues before that.
I think you might have aggravated them.
Definitely, I don't doubt it, girl. That was before we even had
This
COVID
guy was
for the
2
first
levels
time.
above me and I killed him anyway.
Yeah. Hey, good for you. Yeah, but so we went to the club and that was fun, but then there were like, once they opened the dance floor at 11, then there was probably like 60 people in that room, dog. I was like, wowee! This is a lot of people! Ah! So, I danced on like the outer edge for a little bit. Like the rest of the people, I didn't know everyone in the group because it's their D&D group. Like my main friend group is normally like 5 or 6 people, and then our new friend from Japan knows like 3 or 4 of them. I think 4 of them do D&D together, and the other 2 of us do D&D in separate groups. Like we all do D&D, just the 4 of them are in a group. One's in a different group locally, and then I'm in a different group locally.
Yeah.
So I was like, they all knew each other. And then my other friend and I were like, hi, nice to meet you. Let's party together. So I didn't know their names. So they're all like grinding on each other. I was like, that's a level comfortable I am not with you people. I simply do not know you.
Yeah.
And it was mostly men. And none of them were giving me like an explicit gay vibe. So I was like, I don't want to give you the wrong message because I don't want that. If they were like, hey girl, hey queen, then I'd be like, okay, let's party. But some of them might have actually been like, I have a girlfriend. And I was like, I don't want to put you in an uncomfortable situation because I was trying to get crunk to Crazy Frog. Could you imagine if they played Crazy Frog in the club? I would have gone berserk.
You would have.
I would have been, I would have been going nuts. They played, actually the music there was really jank, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of hard to get down. It's hard to get funky with it, you know what I'm saying? It was hard. I couldn't do the gritty in the club. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
I don't know any things you're saying right now.
I did the gritty in the beer garden. We were doing a big group gritty. It was fun. I enjoyed that dance. Now I couldn't do any of my Fortnite emote dances in the club because there just wasn't enough space. No, the music kind of sucked because it was like they played like one song and you were like, okay, like this is a weird trap remix, but I'm okay with it. And then they played like 4 songs that I was like, I've never heard these before in my life ever. It's not like you're like, oh, this is an old 80s song, but at least I know it. I was like, what is this song? This is like a commercial jingle for an ad company that sells you tires. And also boat insurance. Unrelated, but they sell you like 2 weird things. And you're like, okay, interesting. And then they would be like, TikTok song, and once they play a TikTok song, everyone's like, yeah, woo, the dancing, it goes nuts.
You know what the audience is on that case.
Well, there were old people there and young people, like, but everyone was like, oh, this is a song with a good dancing beat. And that sounds relatively modern. Come party with me. It involves having 2 sips of margarita, ordering Taco Bell, and yelling at TLC shows. Honestly, that sounds like a really good time. I'm not gonna lie, because I love Taco Bell, and I love yelling at TLC shows. That's very funny, because my aunt in Pennsylvania works at a bus garage, and they always have a TLC show playing in like their workroom.
Just invite Malin to go party with you. I'm not of that crowd,
I love
but
partying.
you know. Honestly, I have to work myself up to socialization each week, so I have like a strict battery.
You do a good job of it. You do a good job. Yeah, I only had to leave. I would have stayed later at the club because once I kind of get going, then I'm going. But I had rehearsal at 9 the next morning in Wake Forest, which is an hour away from our house in particular.
They definitely
So
weakened this fight. This fight used to be
I was
way
like,
harder.
"Eek." I had to do like winter guard practice. Luckily, we didn't do like anything. I got very lucky. But that's where I was like, if I'm gonna be doing cartwheels and rolling all over the floor, I don't want to be like dizzy and then like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? I've never done that before because I'm very good about monitoring my stuff. My water intake. Yeah, I would love to do it. I feel like that'd be really fun. Because I'm so that person where they're like, here's a fancy drink. And I'm like, one sip and I'm done. I like to have, we have these little like fancy crystal looking glasses. They're not crystal, but they look like they're that shape. They're just little glass ones. And I put my fancy ice in it, and then I love to put just like a normal beverage, like juice, or like not water. It's gotta be like juice, or like maybe a little bit of milk tea, like pre-bottled stuff. I love to put that in there and be like, this is my little bourbon cup. I feel like I'm drinking bourbon. I got a little whiskey on the rocks, but it's really probiotic belly juice, like gut juice to make me poop, you know. And I'm like, ooh, look at my little fancy beverage. I love feeling like
when you originally did retreating in the other game, you didn't lose resources.
Did you lose resources?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I needed to change my units out for this, and then it's like, oh, actually,
Could you reset?
I could, but it'll be lame. But I have
It'll
to.
be lame.
No, it's more like I have to like close the game and come back in.
That's
At that point, we just end the game. But you were talking, so I was just like,
no, it's fine. I could talk forever now that I'm kind of like when I was laying down. Cause originally I started the story talking about my class. Cause I was like, that's why I'm not feeling the best. Cause I'm not sick, but I feel like I'm in the path of sickness. But then I was talking about going to the club. I'll bring Crazy Frog. Yo, I'm telling you, if they're playing Crazy Frog, they're playing Popcorn by Crazy Frog or Axel F by also Crazy Frog and his little frog wiener. Oh my gosh, I'd be pulling out my little jig. Let me hit my jig real quick in the club. Also, I was wearing, if you're at D&D on our center, you know I was wearing my little Garfield shirt. The way that was the conversation started the whole evening, I thought I was going to be underdressed. Like 4 or 5 people came up to me to talk just because I was wearing my cool Garfield shirt.
people love Garfield.
Yeah, I was like, dang, okay, Garfield. Got that Garfield riz. Let's go. Like, don't get me started. Then some of my kids today just reminded me. They were like, we're playing this game where you punch a zombie in the wee-wee. And I was like, it's currently 9:24. School has not even begun, buddy. You gotta take a break. Let's not punch people in the wee-wee. Is it funny? Yeah. Punching wee-wees is always funny. Saying the word wee-wee, you got a little giggle out of me. But also my boss is right next to me, and if I let you get away with wee-wee, I'm going to get fired. If I get fired, what will happen?
Actually, they probably are going to lose more than you would, but...
I would be unemployed for a year, and I would have a great time being super healthy. And I would travel all the time. But alas. I feel like your mic is picking up when I'm talking, but I don't know.
It might just be because I'm not speaking at the moment, to be honest.
I don't know. Beep boop boop. Anyways, when you finish the battle for realsies, we can be done, because I'm so sleepy, and I have to go to work tomorrow, and then I have rehearsal immediately afterwards. I don't have anything packed for that. I think I'm gonna wear tights and overalls tomorrow. They want me to do a little hinge. I cannot do it. I'm so out of shape. I'm a
What's a hinge?
So they want me to lay down flat on the ground, and then you push yourself up to standing from there. Like, you stand up with your knees first, and then your hips, and then your lower back, then your upper back. It's like rolling up, but instead of the normal way, you're doing it backwards. Everyone else in that thing is young and flexible and also in shape, and I'm aware. I'm a big fat lady, and I need to not be doing that move, but everyone else, the one lady's like, well, I know I just had a baby 7 months ago, but blah, 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 and she's like super skinny, and I'm like, hey babe, I'm so proud of you and your muscles. You did a really good job. However, I don't have the motivation, nor the drive, neither of those, to be in any shape besides round. Thanks, Captain. Wow, he really hit you with a lot of damage.
Yeah.
When did you get 56 HP? I missed a lot.
I leveled up. a couple times.
Yeah, like 10 times.
Twice.
Are you just fighting the tree? What are you fighting?
Yeah, I just have to kill the tree.
Oh, I was like, why are you like shooting your guys out of nowhere? Is the tree moving every turn?
No, but it's going to heal itself every turn, so I do have to keep attacking it.
Oh, I was just wondering why your guys were like hitting nothing. They were like running into nowhere. Anyways, we could be pro Fortnite gamers.
Is that you want your TikTok things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down. Just wiped out Tomato Town. Avengers got down. Now we're headed south now.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a lot of knowledge too. It's just it's actually of like modern
way
stuff.
more useless than yours. You know what's crazy? So everybody I work with is all moms. I am not even joking. The only person that has not birthed a child on staff.
Has not birthed a
The
child.
single only person. There's not a single person
You're
on our
the only one who's
staff
not gone through
besides
pregnancy.
me. Like some of them only have one kid, but I'm the only one who has not forced a baby out of either my birth canal or a cesarean cut. You know? Cesarean section, if you will. I'm the only one. So whenever one of the kids was wearing, like, he wears meme shirts. That's my favorite guy. And one of them was like a cat. It's like the, oh no, cringe cat. Cringe. You know, the cringe cat. Oh no,
Yeah, you told me
cringe.
about that, and I still didn't know what you're talking
Nobody
about.
knows what I'm talking about. It's not that niche. He's a shirt of it. It can't be that niche. His dad bought it for him.
You know, there was once a time when like the things that were hard to find were Lilo and Stitch shirts.
Yeah.
And now we have meme shirts.
Cat. Nobody knows. Oh
How-
no, cringe.
We've done so well as a species.
I feel left out, honestly. But so then they'll be like, "What does this mean?" Blah blah, and they come to ask me. They're like, "Well, you're closer to age of my kids than I am. Can you tell me what this meme means?" And I'm like, "Yeah, unfortunately, I do know what it is." So I was like, beep, beep, beep. So sometimes it's hard to like sit on the playground and converse with the other teachers because they're like, "My kid," bleep, 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 bleep. And I'm like, "Yeah, well, yesterday I ate white cheddar Cheez-Its and now my tummy hurts today because I can't take care of myself, much less a child." Granted, I do nanny a child in the afternoon, but he doesn't make good choices because I don't make good choices. So they asked me about meme stuff, and I don't know. I'm not as knowledgeable as before. Before I used to know more, but that's before I put a 1 hour limit on my TikTok. And now I don't know as much because also, let's be real, TikTok is nothing worse than having to explain to me. That's what I'm saying.
Melanie has to do that every time we play. Get
It's
together
like
with
every
our
time I
friends.
go to work, they're like, "What does this mean? What is skibbity?" Because one of the kids in my class
You used
loves
to explain that
Skibbity
to me on
Toilet.
Tuesday.
Yeah, what does skibbity mean? You'll never get it. You'll never know what skibbity toilet is. Just watch one video. Use the internet to your advantage and look it up, dog. It's funny in context, but you don't have the context. Yeah, I told a kid yesterday, you can only be skibbity on the playground, not toilet, because you can't use potty talk at school. All the other teachers thought I was casting a curse on him, you know? Hey man, you can only be so skibbity these days. You gotta put that level 10 Riz away. You know what I'm saying?
They probably think you're talking another language.
Literally, and the one kid, I was like, oh, I was singing that to him to get him to come outside to put his lunch away. I had to entice him with the Freddy Fazbear little meme song. Yeah, do I love that song? Yeah, I have a TikTok saved of it, and it's got Freddy Fazbear, but it's a glam rock version, and he looks like a little bear, and he's singing it, and then he beatboxes. And I bet nobody knows what I'm talking about. It's not that niche. Maybe it is, but like not to me. Anyways, his older sister, the kid I really like, teaches him all these memes. That's why they're like a little bit outdated to some people because she's in elementary school. She's only in grade school or something. Yeah, but I have to entice them out with like memes, and he loves Among Us. So a lot of times when he used to have like these big, huge meltdowns, because he's got some like emotional regulation he's working on with his family. So then when he's like having these full-on meltdowns, then I'm like, hey, are you being the imposter right now? Boom, snaps him out of it. Oh, he's back. He's focused. I've saved him. I've brought him back from the clutches of dark. Because the other teachers are better at like,
let's talk about our feelings and blah 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 and this, and let's learn how to write letters and numbers, and let's learn how to do academics.
You gotta know how to speak kid, though.
Wait, guys, well, that's what they're talking.
You speak kid.
I sit on the playground, and then this 3-year-old who's not even in my class, she sits next to me, and she's like, my drink looks tastier than yours, because I've got like a sparkling water. She's like, here, let me go get a new flavor. Maybe we can match. I don't know this kid. No other kids are coming to tell the teachers, but I was like, yeah, dog, let's freaking clink. You want to clink her drinks? Clink. Delicious. Yummy. Thanks for bringing your cup full of mulch. Mmm, so good. It's my favorite flavor. How did you know I love mulch? It's my favorite flavor of drink. And then the teacher's like, how do you draw? And then earlier today, we have these otter stuffed animals, and they were on the chair yesterday as a little funny joke, and today they went back on the shelf, and all the kids were losing their minds. The teachers are gone! Because they thought the otters were the teachers. They're like, the teachers are gone, where'd they go? I was like, oh, they're on the shelf, because they can't see, because they're too short, so they have to be high up. And my co-teacher was like, how do you think of these things? That's crazy. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it makes sense. They're too short. They gotta go
to be fair, I think everyone thinks the same of Bing Bong every time we play D&D, so...
That's because I'm...
Everyone literally looks at you and they're like, how do you do that?
No, I don't want to be quirky. I want to be like other girls. I'm not wearing my Converse with my prom dress. I would like to wear the fancy heels, please. I want to be just like other girls.
I mean, yeah, I definitely had that moment just for the sake of...
Yeah, well, I don't want to be quirky and different. I just can't stop it. So
yeah,
I fight
most of the time if you are quirky and different, you're just like, no, this is not fun.
I want to be normal.
Well, I want
to be the same as everyone else.
I mean, it's not necessarily like I want to be normal. Like, I still want to have my interests. I'm like, I just wish my interests were less judged. Let's put it that way.
That's fair.
I still want to be
it was so
me because everyone else is boring.
Friend come back from Japan and her being like, "Hey, remember when you talked to us about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore for an hour and a half in the car, so we all didn't fall asleep, and we were all raptly paying attention?" Hey, that's the most like a loser I've ever felt in my life. Like me, I felt like a loser. My friend was like, I remember that. That was so fun. And I was like, I know at the time, like, they were genuinely wanting to hear it, and they keep bringing it up, and they, like, have expressed interest in now Five Nights at Freddy Five Bear.
Freddy Five Bear?
Yeah, that's a very common thing, that Freddy Five Bear. And I'm like, I don't know why, but still, like, when I hear that, I'm like, you can't know I like Five Nights at Freddy's. You can't. It makes me a loser.
To be fair...
Even though I, like, openly wear Freddy Five Bear
That was
shirt.
why I had so much difficulty making friends in middle school and high school, was the fact that, like, I just walked up to people and say, like, I don't care if you like this or not, I'm going to talk about it for 20 minutes, escape while you can. And the people who didn't do that are the people I'm still friends with today. So,
freaking go.
You just have to figure out how I talk.
It's crazy because it took me so long because I used to mask so heavily in Color Guard that because I was like, I spent so many hours with them all the time. So it's like you either had friends or you were like ostracized really badly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would just do whatever I needed to be friends with them. And then my friend group that I hang out with now, I don't hang out with anyone from Garden anymore because once I was out of that environment, like we didn't have anything in common. We didn't have anything in common because I made up all my interests so they wouldn't. Because I remember one person my first year brought their 3DS on one of the trips to Pennsylvania. The way they got bullied, I was like, oh, I normally play my 3DS on trips. Like, good thing I didn't bring mine. Because I was like, oh my gosh, the way they just got ridiculed, I was like, oh my god, that can't be me. So then for 3 years, I didn't do anything cool like that.
I mean,
and then
I feel
eventually,
you.
like, once I stopped doing Color Guard and I finally, like, actually got to know my friends because I wasn't at rehearsal all the time, I'm like, oh, they're cool. Like, it took me a while to open up to them that I like video games and I like anime and stuff. They're not big into video games, so most of them don't know what I'm talking about, but they're really big into, like, anime and Studio Ghibli, like, all that kind of stuff. Or Studio Ghibli, I guess. So it was like, they,
Well, trust me, I feel you on that because I remember I was going up in, like, one of the long, like, driving trips for a, like, a conference or something for my job, and we were, like, doing an event. And I did bring along my 3DS to play in the back of the van while the rest of them were driving. And they never said anything about it. But, I distinctly got the vibe after they knew I had it back there. There was, like, this idea of, like, oh, like, everyone else is on their phones or arranging something for the event we're going to or working or whatever. I'm like, I have 3 hours in the back of this, and it's a proper van, like a van that you, like, would take to a summer camp. That had, like, 3 seats, rows of seats, in a big bag to carry stuff. And I'm in the way back. So they just tossed me some chocolate pretzels every so often to make sure I was alive.
That's tight.
Not really that way. It's more like they're like, do you need a snack all the way back there? I'm like, I don't know. Can you give me some pretzels? And they got me some chocolate pretzels. But, but I definitely get the vibe of, like, hey, where are you? Like, they were talking to each other the whole time about the event, and I had my headphones on. I was playing Monster Hunter Stories. And then they start talking to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And like, I definitely got the vibe once I realized I was playing my DS that it was like nothing they called out, but I definitely did feel like judged in that moment. And I'm like, hey,
Finish your battle, because we need to go 9-9.
Honestly,
It's
I was just
9-9.
looking for battles to do because you were.
I know, I can't
You're-
ever shut up, ever.
But once we start talking on a thing, you just like talking on a thing,
I know, right?
We have a captive audience
I know.
of like one person right now.
That's because I'm
How
sitting up, but I'm
How
laying
can
down
we
on my
not like
couch.
take advantage of that,
That is
All
true.
these people
I
are
went downstairs and I was
bad
like, oh, Mom, are you
information.
watching? She's like, no, I'm not watching you. I was like, why did you say it like that? No, I'm not watching. Okay, Mom.
Well, to be
Thanks.
fair, she like shamed us last time we streamed and didn't tell her, so
That's fair.
and that's kind of more of a reflex right now.
Yeah, I'm like, you're sleepy. Who's that?
Our dad just gave us a thumbs up from the hallway, so we're doing
Dad,
something
are
right.
you watching our stream?
He said
He's
he was.
not watching our stream.
He said he
anymore.
was.
He was, yeah, but he's not anymore. Mom, if you're watching our stream, give us a sign from about beyond.
From
Beyond.
I hope she's not dead
beyond
now.
this room. She's on the sofa downstairs. If you're not, then just let me know so I can talk about weird things. Mom, if you're watching, I won't talk about going to the gay club. Just kidding. I talk about that in front of you anyways.
Yeah, like I don't think that's gonna be a deal breaker there.
Yeah. I talk to her about the gay club anyways. Why not? I love telling people about my life.
I
Just
mean-
kidding. There were a lot of like straight people there. It wasn't like a strictly gay club.
My biggest thing is that I feel by the nature of going to a club that you're like people are expecting you to be there to party, and I'm like I don't have the like proper.
We sat in the corner
Mentality
and played
to
Truth or Dare
party.
between the three of us because that was funny. Because a couple people went to a drag show and I was like, that's $8 that I don't have. Because you know how much I paid for parking? Take a guess.
$20.
$20.
Wow, and right money.
For the first spot. The second spot, I had to pay $20 more. So I had to
Why'd you-
move the car.
Why did
Because the first one expired. It was for 3 hours. $20 for 3 hours. Legends used to have the best game night though. Maybe. I think they might. Somebody said, one of my friends was like, yeah, they're way different now. Like, the old Legends used to be better. I don't know, because this is my first time going there. Do they have like a game night? You sit down and play board games?
Yeah, what kind of game night are we talking about now?
Also, when we walked into one area, like the arcade area, I was like, ooh, snacks. And somebody was like, no, those are hard drugs. Oh, those are drugs you take. And I was like, oh never mind. I thought they were pretzels.
Yeah,
Are you gonna die?
No, I have my special ready, so I can kill him next turn. But I'm like, wow, that hurt.
So I think I just need to go on a. We were also there on a Saturday night, like presumably the busiest night. Aerostorm, let's go. You win.
Yeah, it's a pretty instant, easy victory move. But considering her campaign's so easy, I very rarely need to use it. I just use it if I know I'm about to
She's a
die.
tutorial character. It's just a long tutorial.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just doing all the
like
extra
Danganronpa.
missions actually right now because I'm like, ooh, money.
Alright, in that case, let's save and let's log off. And we'll be back on Tuesday.
Cool. I got like 3 levels out of that.
Evie, bring Freddy 5 Bear up to say
Freddy-
goodnight to the people.
So yeah, we'll
I
see you
wish
next.
let me see if I have that audio saved really quick while you.
So yeah, we'll
close
see
it
you
out.
guys next Tuesday. We'll figure out what we're gonna play. Something 2-player. I'll probably figure it out when we get there.
Freddy 5 Bear.
No, I'll probably continue with playing this game on Thursday next week. Yeah. Wednesday night at Legends used to be themed trivia and old school consoles.
See, now themed trivia.
What do we call what do we consider an old school console at this point? Because
Probably
again,
like 64 or maybe GameCube.
yeah, I'm like, honestly, I'm like, at this day and age, the fact that we went to a retro thing, they're like, look at all these $300 GameCube games. I'm like, wow.
LOL, the way that they were like, here is Pokemon XD $80 for the case alone, no game. You said, what? That's crazy.
We did sell it
Considering
for
that,
$300,
like, the
I just never
emulators-
would.
Well, the emulators are so good. I don't know why you would spend
Well,
that
yeah, I
much
mean,
money.
I keep it more for, like, sentimental value of, like, the importance that game had to me. Like, that was, like, a rare, like, baseball card to me when I was growing up. Like, that was like the holy grail of games to get at the time. So of course I'm never selling it, but I'm like, I do have it. I could if I wanted to, and I definitely play it more in emulator now because there's a really awesome mod for it. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that this thing, like, they should remaster those games, just like port them to the Switch. They're porting everything else to the Switch.
And now it's time for you to listen to the Freddy Fazbear meme that I tell my kids. It's by @Baybears, BAYBEARS. I don't want to not give them cred, but first of all, I might get an ad. No. Anyways, so you're probably thinking, that's stupid. Yup, you would be correct. But
no,
that's the only thing I can get my
not any
kids,
more than anything else I see on TikTok.
I was going to say, that's the only way I can get my kids to clean up their lunch. So, that's where we're at.
Anyway, so we're gonna log off for tonight, for real this time. Now that Madeline's had her every time we used to stream, you would always get your second win like 10 minutes before we decide to stop.
It is.
So yeah, let's log off for tonight. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. It's been a good time. It's definitely past my bedtime at this point, so I need to get to bed.
I wouldn't mind streaming later, but also samesies, I have, instead of rehearsal on Saturday like normal,
so
I have rehearsal tomorrow. Normally I have it on Sundays, but tomorrow I have rehearsal from 7 to 11 p.m. Hey man, I'm old. Let's make it not that late, but rip,
it is what it is.
rip in peace. Alright, well, this was
Thanks for everyone who showed up and chatted with us. We always appreciate having someone in the chat to comment about us.
Yeah, dog. Thanks for hanging out.
Reminds us that we're not in a vacuum.
Yeah, that is true. Let's get the chat going. Can I get a W in the chat? Elliot's return. Just time for us to finish the stream. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. See you Tuesday. Bye. Where's it? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Wait.